let's get right into it. Starting off with the not so hairy individual, Rezo.
Hello, I'm Shadow. I play Rezo Rendal, the Rougarou thief wizard.
And next up, we have the tallest of the bunch, Vin.
Hi, I am Brian. I'm playing Vinderbrand Venstein, the giant kin druid in the Circle of Elements.
And then we have the maybe, shady individual Indrid. It's back and forth between Indrid and Arlo, like the guy that controls shadows versus, the shady guy, who knows.
So which one of us are supposed to introduce ourselves?
That's a good question. Indrid, let's do you.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'm Dylan. I'm going to be playing Indrid Cold, the half-breed warlock rogue. Don't worry, this voice won't stick around for long.
And I'll jump in. My name is Connor. I am playing Arlo Thistlebrush, the halfling shadow sorcerer.
And last but certainly not least, the very successful businessman of the group, Rave.
Oh yeah, you saved the best for last. Yeah. Hi everybody, my name's AJ and I play Rave. He is the Valor Bard, a tabaxi or a shroud in this world. Lots of fun, lots of hair, lots of beauty. I still think he beats Indrid in the looks department.
Definitely not an argument.
I won fair and square.
He did get more money.
Yeah, but that was just here in Redgale. Wait till we go somewhere else and I'll be the king of more than just the jungle.
Tabaxi. In Tabaxi world, I'm like one of those Egyptian cats with no hair.
Ew. Ew. That's probably more like Rezo right now.
Oh.
Hey, it just looks like a dog with mange, to be honest.
Rezo, what is it like being close to fancy now?
Not great.
Oh yeah, he's like that little dog.
And with that, Brian, would you like to get us a recap?
Sure thing. So, episode 11, we started mid-fight. Let's see, Indrid, Arlo, and Rezo were on the upper level of the inn, taking out some crossbowmen, while Rave tried putting out the burning fire near the stairs, and Vin made his way to the steps just in time to take some shrapnel to the face. About then, Arlo heard something in the walls behind him, just as Bear Vin rushed up the stairs to find an assassin and a whisperer, we found out later was called. We soon found out that the assassin had some nasty-ass poison as he dropped Rezo and Vin like almost immediately. But luckily, we had some legendary cards to play, which kept us in the fight. And then the Whisperer dipped out, being chased by Indrid, and the others made their way downstairs, where Rave was still dutifully trying to douse this fire. If he hadn't done that, we probably would have burned up. But Rezo found an attic full of explosives, which basically prompted everybody to get the F out. And Vin was the last one to leave with two of the Yuan Ti in tow as a lightning bolt struck the inn, blowing everything to shit. So we all basically made our way out and back to the Temple of Justice to deliver what was, at the time, one corpse and one knocked out asshole. And we were basically grilled on what happened at the inn. We also learned a little bit about the Crag and how basically they control much of the eastern part of the continent. Next, we stopped at Malcork's to find out that no one was there. We tried a little bit to figure out what was going on. It's not showing up. And next, at the alchemy shops that Rave could get a plate of deliciousness, I think it was called. And Arlo tried unsuccessfully again to sell his magnifying glass. And so we're back on the street.
Funny how that made it into the recap.
I'll buy that magnifying glass off you, Arlo.
Only because it's hilarious still.
And at this point,
You will get your money's
can
worth.
everybody give me a perception check?
Oh goody.
Can I buy that magnifying glass before we make this perception check?
I don't think that's how it works, sadly.
That's right. Ignore that really good roll.
Oh, but it's such a good roll. Ooh.
It is a good roll.
Dice.
Get my dice out too, yeah.
I also got a good roll. I like the roll.
15
Ooh.
instead.
16.
I hope Rave sees what's coming.
Okay then. And Indrid?
17.
17. Okay, so besides Rave, who is still distracted by the smell of pastries and
Huh?
also,
Oh my god!
Did it already? Come on!
Oh, we were
Well,
gone
that
for a
is
weekend.
5 minutes into the show.
Yep.
Gone for a weekend.
It was exactly 5 minutes on the dot.
starting to think you're doing this on purpose.
Dude, you should come over to my 40K campaign. You'd be killing it.
Oh yeah, really?
Okay then, so besides Rezo, who's currently distracted, the rest of you hear a familiar sound of clopping in the distance, which, as you look around, you actually see Uther passing not too far by, actually collecting supplies from what it looks like.
Oi! Where's my horse?
He's just looking
Uther's
around. He's like, oh, hello there. Hi.
Where's my horse?
He's back at the camp.
With Feek.
Not just Feek.
Wait.
No, just
Uh-huh.
speak.
Not just Feek. Something recently came up, and I have to get going back to my homeland.
No, mate. You got some explaining to do while Fake's there with someone way out now with all of our supplies, golden horses.
You know how much he
Trust
likes to
me.
steal stuff.
Apparently, I'm Irish this session.
Apparently, I'm Irish this session.
We'll go with it, lads.
It's beautiful.
Andrew
the
just
accent
changing
you've got there.
voices. You just trust me. Don't worry about. Oh, that also reminds me. As he pulls out a bag, and who's gonna take the
I
bag?
take it.
Dibs.
Good lord, there's a fight over the bag.
Okay then.
Is it the
gold,
saddlebag?
Can they carry it?
So, as pretty much the bag is handed over to you, feels decently hefty. As you can feel what looks to be a good amount of coin inside of it. I have to get back going. I have to start heading back home at this point, and carrying that much coin is honestly pointless. I'm just gonna gather supplies and then head straight back there with my friend.
Mate,
who's
I
your
gotta
friend?
be honest.
Who's your friend?
Another knight of the order that I'm a part of.
Oh. Okay. Do you mind if I take one of the halberds? I'll leave the other for you. I think it's very useful, but I'd like to have just one. Just the one. Is it okay?
You mean this as he pulls out one of the eagles?
Yeah, that's the one. Yes,
Sure.
okay. We got two. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Hands it to you.
I appreciate.
No problem.
That.
I didn't really do a whole lot at the
well.
fort, so I feel like you could use that coin a bit better.
I mean, thank you.
Appreciated.
How much coin is in there?
It's 100 of the 120 feathers that he had.
Oh, 100 feathers.
Because 20 feathers is still quite a bit of money.
While we're discussing money, do we want to have like a communal fund?
Probably should.
A
Be
party
nice
fund,
if
you
we're
mean?
able to get the
Yeah.
a bag of holding or something like that. It'd be.
Well, if you win the drinking competition,
Oh, I gotta get pumped up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start pre-gaming a little bit.
Can I druid craft a bunch of potatoes to Sprout so that we can fill his stomach with starch in order to give him an advantage?
Stuff a sponge in his stomach or
That a
something?
thing?
It's I could surely eat.
As an alcoholic, I used to do that. Whether or not it worked or not is a different story.
I mean, as an Irishman, I feel like I would have heard of this before. It seems
That's
right
new.
up that alley. Using potatoes to
Doesn't
make
it?
alcohol
Doesn't it?
less
Show
effective.
overload.
It makes sense in your soul, doesn't it? You're like, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, whatever is the counter chemical to whatever your liver produces. Maybe you should eat liver. Eat some liver.
Does that work for potato
If you
alcohol?
eat livers, do you get more liver? I'm asking this in character. I've never met a giant before.
Then I'll stop. Okay.
Uh,
I mean, whatever the liver's made of, you technically make more of the liver. Right?
Fascinating.
I don't think that's how it works.
Either way. So are you're leaving now then? Yeah, you just gotta get going.
I'm gathering supplies at the moment, and I was going to set off when you made it back to camp after gathering supplies.
Okay. Alright, well then that means at least we'll see you in a bit then. We're heading over to the feather, the something feather, the feather of the speedy feather. Mhm.
Okay then.
Yeah, we just have to pick up some payment, and we could be right back. Are you sure you're all right? Is there anything we can do to help?
No.
Per se?
It's a personal matter.
Let's do it.
Okay, I won't pry. Personal matters are personal.
That's the
Indeed.
name, yeah.
Mhm.
It's a woman, isn't it, mate?
What
Always
is
a
it?
woman.
Is it a woman or is it a filly?
It's true, lass.
Is it a woman or is it a filly?
Is it the one from the store we just
Is
left?
it the one right behind you still?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, they're running.
is it
They're
her,
running
Nick?
away together.
How glorious. Good for you, Bofa.
Isn't that against your oath? Can I have your fancy armor?
I don't think you're really going to fit into horse armor.
I'm not gonna wear it, mate.
Just to have it to have it.
Well, I'm sure he'd probably need to wear it wherever he's going.
It'll look great in my trophy hall, mate.
I'll give the barding to my horse and I'll keep the chest piece for myself.
Right. Please continue, Spaz.
But yes, I'll be continuing with the gathering of supplies and then heading back to the camp. When you all get back here or back there, I'll be setting off.
Okay.
Good. We'll make haste. Shouldn't be too long, yeah?
No worries.
Mm.
I don't think my I have still a few things to collect first.
Good. Well, maybe we should head over and get that done to the speeding feather.
Should we all put 20 feathers in our inventory?
We can do that. I just put 100 into the party loot that just was made available.
Up to you how you want to split it.
Yeah, if you want to take it up, no biggie.
Is there a difference between a shard and a feather?
Yes.
A shard is
One
equivalent
electrum.
to an electrum, and a feather is equivalent to 50 gold.
Or 5 platinum, but yes.
I may have spent all my feathers. Okay, I'll just add them in.
I may have spent all my feathers. That's a good amount of change you guys just got your hands on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a ton.
on to the feather. To the speeding feather.
Okay.
Oh, Arlo. Or not Arlo. Uther. Or Arlo.
Nice.
It's a curse. It's spreading, mate. I feel it in my bones.
Oh shit!
I mean, we do look a lot alike.
You do.
Quick, what's my name? Shit.
Rave.
It's already happening.
What now? You call me?
I'm
Uther.
flattered.
Uther, it's been a great traveling with you. We'll see you in a bit. On the note of money, however, we do have more money to pick up.
Well, yes. We'll,
Just a
we'll,
big ass transition of money.
we'll go down there in just a second. It's literally right there. If I jump high enough, I could see it.
For there, it's literally passed through that alleyway. I could literally see the sign from here. Not that hard
Well,
at all to
awesome.
get to at this point. Kidding. So you guys, doesn't take any time at all. You all eventually make your way towards the Speeding Feather Shop, which is a little nice shop. It's in between what looks to be two like regular houses for the most part, and it's just kind of just sitting there nicely, kind of a hole in the wall.
It's a hipster dive. Got it.
Yeah.
I'll just start peering through the window, see what's up for sale, what items they might have ready for us to purchase.
No windows or anything.
Good lord.
No
Start
view
this
or
shit in
anything
there.
like that.
Okay.
That's all right.
Is he gonna fit?
Hello.
Who's gonna fit?
The half giant? I don't know.
Ben, and maybe not actually, not this place.
Hello.
But as you enter the place,
Bummer.
the
No way up front.
as you open up the door, the smell of sawdust and also oil hits you in the face.
Ooh, that's a nice smell.
You walk into this place. As you're looking around, you can actually see what looks to be an assortment of different types of furnitures, trinkets, and all sorts of odds and ends inside of here set up, along with what looks to be different types of building materials in general. Nothing metal-wise for you, or what you can see. You don't really see any individual types of ores or anything like that, but it does look like a good portion of just things to collect when you're whatever small craft you want to do.
Hello. Anybody here?
I think
As
it
the,
was Jade that we're looking for.
Hold on a second. I'm coming. Fuck. As you just hear a bit of clattering coming from the background, as you see what looks to be this somewhat oiled bird at this point. As let me bring him up.
Oiled bird.
So pretty much
Wait,
what
is
Jade
that
looks
euphemism?
like is he's a pretty much completely white Cathanu, but he is pretty much with patches of oil and grease all over him in certain places of like what looks to be just tools on his belt and everything like that.
Gross.
Hello.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting anybody. Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I wasn't expecting anybody today, honestly. You know, usually people come in here for sure. But what can I do for you?
Well,
I'm Jade. Hello. You seem to already know me.
My name is Rave. This here is Arlo. This is Indrid. That's Rezo, and the guy outside, that's Vinny. We're adventurers.
Hello.
Yes, we're heading to the north in the winter, and we were told you might have some goods or supplies, gear, equipment, something that could be used by us, maybe for sale.
What are you looking for exactly? I have a lot of things inside this place. If you look on around, there's a bunch of trinkets, items, things, climbing gear, hooks, rope, special rope,
Special rope?
many things.
What's so
A lot of
special?
stuff. Ooh, it's real fun as he like brings down the rope and like he's just like showing you as he just throws it to you, Rave. Catch it!
Ah! I think I got it.
As he just pulls against the rope as you just see it stretch out.
Man, that's the opposite of what a rope's supposed to do.
Well, that is weird.
Don't worry about it. It's great.
It's
great.
elastic.
It's real nice.
How does it fare against lightning, mate?
Honestly, I've never shot lightning at one of my ropes before, but that could be a fun experiment. That's something to add to the list. As he's just looking around for like a notebook or something.
Or what, mate? You can make like a shield out of it.
Ooh, you have great ideas, Ingrid. Maybe you should craft one.
So what you're saying is a rubber shield to stop electricity. I don't know what that would do though.
The only way is to try, mate.
That's a good idea. As he's just writing that down. So what I can do for you? What do you want? Is there anything? You're gonna have to tell me because I don't really, this place isn't really
Ask
organized.
him if he's got any moonstones in there.
He's curious about moonstones.
What are you interested in moonstones? Making jewelry? Are you gonna do some fun things with it?
I
know
have
there's
no
that one
idea.
guy that made exploding bolts out of them.
What?
Vinny, are you making exploding bolts?
Well, I could try.
Okay, I guess he might want to try.
As he's going through a drawer, everything, he pulls out a small pouch. You want this? Okay. What is it? I'm just looking at a piece of paper at this point. This is just 5 silver.
How many you got?
He just opens up this little baggie. There's 5 in here.
I'll take them.
Because he just fucking, where's the coin? Just throw the coin at me. Just do it.
I'll just chuck it in the door.
He just snacks it and throws the bag at Rave.
Why am I the designated catcher?
Because I can't make it through the door. There's tiny doors.
Well, you're in front of the group, and you're the one who wanted to do the talking, so we'll just, you're there. You're the throwing
Just
guy.
Stick my head in the door and just be like, hey,
Stones for you, coins for you.
thanks.
Jade, do you carry anything magical? Maybe is that something
Magical's a very weird thing. I carry interesting things.
Well,
Not magical, but mechanical.
Mechanical.
Where is it? Where is it? As he's just digging around in a box, as he takes out a sword, and then he presses a button on it, as the blade just pops out of it.
Ooh,
Fine.
that's a
Just
spring
handle.
sword.
It's just a
Fine.
handle now. I got this thing, and I had to wait, where is it? As he like rummages through another box, as he just puts a very nice blade onto it. You just change the blades, and then you buy blades for it, and then you just like ever fought a rust monster before? They're fucking irritating little shits. You just have this thing, and then you just replace the blade after it goes away, and you just like.
Does stabby stick work better for rust monsters?
Nah, it's just replaceable blades.
Oh,
What-
rust
what-
monster.
What about magic, mate? Wouldn't it just be better to?
Magic.
Force blade, yes.
Magic is expensive, and there's not a lot of people that do it, and plus those people kind of disappear every so often. We'll don't talk about that, but still.
I understand.
Hold on there. Let's
Back it up.
take that back a little bit. Just a few steps. People who know.
Oh,
how
the
to use-
sword. You want
No.
this? Oh,
Stay with me. The people who use magic disappear sometimes.
oh yeah. Like people kidnap people with magic all the time. People with magic are useful. Like they can do things like shoot lightning out of their hands or stuff like that. Or like this glove right here that can shoot electricity out of it. Like.
A glove that shoots like no.
At this point, Arlo's going to cast Minor Illusion to do just sort of like a laser on the wall and then direct it towards himself eventually. Okay, so the last person you heard about who was magical in nature, over here, and then disappeared happened when?
I don't know, like there was this guy with like a big pointy hat that like could shoot fire out of his hands that disappeared like a couple weeks ago, and just people take people with magic all the time because magic's useful, and then all you gotta do is break a couple fingers, and then they'll do stuff for you. I heard.
Well, here's the thing, mate. It's like you're trying to mug someone walking down an alley, right? Not saying you would, not saying you have, not saying any of us have ever. But if you is, you come up on them and there's some old codger with like a cane, you're gonna beat the shit out of him and take his purse. But if that man throws lightning at you, you're gonna think twice.
But-
He's got the
but-
balls.
But you don't need to worry about that if you have this little bip and bop as he pulls something out. Which Rave, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God, why rave?
Your cat. Is it a ball of yarn?
You're in
I
the
was gonna
front.
say, can't it be Rezo? Can't you have misspoke?
No, I didn't misspoke that.
I have a -1 to wisdom saves.
Hey, I'm not much better.
And it clicked it. Oh! 17!
As you see him pull out this very intricate looking pair of pretty much gloves connected to a net, as this is something you've seen before. It's a mage catcher.
Ooh.
That sounds slightly racist for some reason.
Well,
Classic?
is that legal for you to have?
It's perfectly legal here. They have no problems about it. It's for self-defense against magic casters, because, they can do shit to you that just makes you disappear. This is just a net that catches them.
Oh, like what, mate? What have you heard that these mages can do? I'm curious.
Well, like, they could do things like this. Make a charisma saving throw, Rave.
What? Why me?
You're in
You're
the
up
front.
front.
I am moving to the back eventually. You fucking
I am moving to the back of this.
13.
Okay, you just see Rave poof away. They can do
Vanished.
things like this, and then they could just like walk around and be like,
Bring
"What's
him
going on?"
back.
As Rave just reappears.
All right, where'd you go, mate?
It was white, I think. Yeah.
Now, did I notice if he cast it, did he have like the circle
Not.
thing and all that sort of thing? He did not.
Uncomfortable.
What'd you just do, mate?
Oh, I just made him go elsewhere. I don't know where I send people if I do that. I just go places. It's like the most harmless thing I could do, honestly. Except making these things, as he pulls another box over.
Indrid, look at that for it. Look at you, guys.
Let's slow down here, mate. Let's stop show and tell.
Rezo, get one of those mage catches. I want one.
One in our party is a mage of some sort.
You remember that hairless pussy that we was fighting the one time?
I'll take one mage catcher.
That'll be 100 gold, sir.
That's how much
How-
you value the life
How
of
does
a
this work?
So what you do is pretty much you gotta be pretty close to the mage, but effectively they have to be facing you, and usually they're doing their magic bullshit in your direction, and you just chuck the net at them, and it just perfectly mechanically snatches them. It works
While
great.
he's explaining this, can I attempt to steal that 100 gold back?
Oh, jeez.
You can try.
You saw what he just did to Rave. Just
It sounds like a mechanical version of Hold Person.
It is a somewhat mechanical version of Hold Person. Effectively, how the net works is there's connected gloves inside, or pretty much special manacles just for mages inside of it, which I'll say, Rezo, you've seen those before. It's similar to what Fancy used on you.
Yeah.
But pretty much the net grabs you, and then pretty much what you do is you go up and put the hands of the mage inside of it.
I will take
pretty
one.
much restrained.
I will put I definitely will purchase one.
20.
20? Okay, then. What does Jade have?
Was Vin wanting his own set?
I
Can
Not
Vin even
necess-
wear them?
No.
no, I
to
wanted to be
throw
able
at
to
people.
use them.
Yeah.
As
You could
pretty
just
much
go down to like the wharf and get him like a fisherman's net.
as pretty much as Jade is talking to you and Indrid, you're pretty much coming up behind him as like he just turns around. Oh, you're interested in those arrowheads? They're so neat. I got them like a week ago. No, it was 2 weeks ago. As he's looking at you all energetic, like as he's pretty much pointing at these very nice emerald tipped arrowheads.
I would have stolen those if I had known those were an option.
I should note that his shop is not set up like, like display cases or anything like. It's just a bunch of boxes and shit everywhere.
Right.
You assume people come to him, they ask him to make something, and he makes it, or he just makes it by himself and lays it out, and then somebody says, "I need something like this." Oh, don't worry, I got that over here.
Right.
But yeah, I got these. They're weird. I got them from this, cat person not too long ago. They're really nice.
So nice is nice. Do they do anything that other arrowheads perhaps don't?
They're really sharp.
Wait,
Plus, they don't really break.
Cat person, you said recently? Like
So you
me?
can make your intelligence check if you want,
Who's making intelligence check?
Rezo.
Okay,
You
good.
sure it's Reza?
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how this mage catcher works, and I'm
I don't know. From what I was told, these emeralds, they're not real gems. Honestly, they look like them are from dragons, and they're
Oh,
real nice scales. And I was able to fashion them into these real nice arrowheads. They sharpen up real nice, and they just go.
So, with my Eldritch Sight, is stuff in here magical or is this all mechanical that he's creating?
From what you can see, it's all mechanical. You're not actually. He's
What the
magical.
fuck?
He's magical, and a few things on him, like his apron, are magical. But everything in here is mechanical. For the most part, you would assume that he gets very odd materials and make close to magic items, pretty much. Near magic items, kind of like how a mithril set of armor is made of a very nice type of metal, but it's not technically magical.
right.
or anomalous.
So you say a cat sold you these? Like me?
Yeah,
How long ago?
nah.
No.
Like, he was shorter, like, more like closer to your size, but a bit taller, as he's pointing at Arlo.
Pointy ears, poofy white cheeks.
Pointy ears, had earrings on it, lack of hair.
Fancy guys, fancy, yeah.
But they were pointing at Arlo when they said height.
Yeah,
A little taller.
Yeah.
Fancy was a hairless bobcat.
Oh, I thought she was a regular
No,
size cat person.
she was a
Tell
small.
when they don't have hair. Yeah,
Hard to tell when they don't have hair.
All the heights in the hair.
that's racist.
Pretty much, how a bobcat is think of a halfling, but like make them longer, pretty much.
Okay.
Instead of like being stocky, they're just lengthy, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I totally missed the part where she was a bobcat.
So Fancy was the one that sold that stuff here.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of. What are you interested? What you want? What you came here for?
I like luxury things.
I don't really care for things like that. That's like usually boring stuff most of the.
Oh
part.
no!
I got this.
I like useful luxuries.
For instance, things that will keep us alive in a very unfriendly environment in the dead of winter.
Ooh. Gotcha. As he he pulls around a few boxes and pushes them out of the way as he pretty much takes out a box and sets it down in front of all of you guys.
Oof.
Ready?
Yes.
As he
Arlo,
opens,
minor illusions, the drum roll.
I take 2 steps back.
as he just literally takes his talons and dig it into the top of the box. He just tears off the lid as he just pulls out what looks to be a very nice set of hide armor. So then, I have a couple of these, and they're pretty much sets of winter wolf cloaks.
Winter wolf cloaks?
Yeah.
What's a winter
Real
wolf
nice.
cloak?
Oh,
Is it a cloak or a full set of armor?
It is a cloak that so pretty much how it is, it's technically classified as hide, as it pretty much covers the torso and it acts as a cloak and everything like that, and it has like a hood and everything like that of the wolf itself. So
Gives them cold resistance, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That will make you resistant to cold.
It keeps you warm for quite a while. You know, I would wear it during the winter, but I can't fly with it on, and I can't really fly in the cold. So you
got any of those in my size?
Well,
Get so 6 together.
Mate, do you fly south for the winter?
nah, I stay here usually. There are times where I have to go back to the Federation to get more equipment or things like that, but I like staying in my workshop.
Federation.
Yeah, the Platinum Federation.
It's for all the Kethnu.
But yeah, I just stay here in my workshop making things. What else?
How much is the wolf?
Oh, yeah. Each one's gonna cost you 500 gold.
Okay.
If you buy like a group of them, I'll fucking cut them down 300 each.
I don't need one.
I don't.
Neither do I. So.
Doesn't really suit me personally.
So
I have my duster, but you never know.
I don't need one because of magic.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna freeze the deck.
Well, I mean, we did purchase winter gear already.
We have mundane winter gear, yeah.
I imagine this is super hardcore.
I'll come back to this just in case. Maybe.
Effectively, how this works is not only it gives you the benefits of resistance to both magical and non-magical cold, but also you effectively ignore the effects of winter while wearing it, for the most part.
I was born of winter.
God, it's so tempting. I'll come back to this.
I'd take it if I possibly could have used it, but I can't.
You can't wear the mediums.
No,
I
can wear the lights.
I imagine you would be able to wear it. In the sense, you would still get.
Actually, technically, I could wear it. I just wouldn't be able to cast spells.
Yeah.
Is it possible we could take it to a seamstress who could make it your size and make it lighter?
We don't have time for all that.
Yeah, we do kind of got to get out of town.
We could buy it, and I literally just for traveling and use it as sleeping.
Doesn't magical armor shrink to fit?
It's not magical. Remember, his whole house is not magical.
Oh, this is literally just.
It's probably an actual winter.
It's literally like a winter's wolf.
A winter wolf fur. Yeah.
We can go fucking kill a wolf. I got druid craft. I'll lure it in.
It's basically my fur.
It's basically his fur, but from a magical creature.
Either way, Jade, I am interested. I am curious.
No, fuck that.
I just don't know if I have enough coin on me right now.
I could spot you if you need it.
Maybe we did just get a bunch from Uther.
Well, we didn't. Oh, did we divide that up or not?
Well, it's the party fund, so yeah, it's 5,000 gold.
It is a lot.
This is kind of
for
a
now.
party fund thing.
We'll cut it. Why don't we just cut it up now? Everybody can just take 1,000 gold.
That's
what you need, right? Is that what it was?
That's what it would be. Yes.
Now, I will say for you, Arlo, obviously you can't cast magic with inside of it, but I
Yeah.
would say it would probably take like a bonus action to just take it off. It is.
Yeah, it's just medium armor. You just
Yeah, you just. Well, it's not really like a full set of armor either. It's pretty much just like
It's a heavy winter cloak.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a coat and a cloak
and a hood.
together.
Yeah, Arlo's interested as well. Although he can't cast mage armor.
Does
while
it
he's-
look cool?
Can't
The
you cast
wolf
mage armor?
pelt.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
cast
but I'm-
mage armor.
I'm
I think
wearing,
as soon
like-
as I put it on, it. wears
Yeah, it's
out.
like you can't wear.
So here's my thing.
Or is it
like,
I can't benefit from it?
you can't benefit
For
from
sure.
it, but so that would incline. It's one of those things like you could technically cast it
So
beforehand. and
yeah,
put
you
it
touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and blah blah blah. The spell ends the target dons armor.
on.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to use it while.
So yeah, first round would be bonus action, take it off, and then action mage armor, depending. Which isn't bad because we're gonna have a lot of checks.
You
for
could just
cold
use it while you
items.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
and
know, as a
travel.
blanket.
Yeah, unless
And
I get
plus-
surprised attacked.
Even though you guys are gonna be smaller now, since you're missing like your, centaur, you guys are still a pretty big group traveling through the Titan wilderness.
We also have a half giant with us. I was gonna say a whole ass giant with us, but
Okay, wait.
quite literally.
Giant king.
half-assed.
Jade.
I didn't want to say ass.
Jade, I think you are amazing. Just tell me. Maybe perhaps you might be the golden goose. Do you sell half plate?
I'm not golden.
No, but you're golden to me.
Or a goose.
No, it's a saying. It's a tabaxi saying.
Realism.
It's a shroud saying. It means I like you a lot. I think you're
This
valuable.
guy gives me the fucking creeps. And I'm gonna get out of here.
He's just
Honestly,
eccentric.
Wait, who? Jade or
I
me?
don't like him.
Oh, okay, Jade.
Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside. I'm done here.
All right, wait outside.
You guys are getting ripped off, by the way.
You guys are getting ripped off.
Jade, do you sell half plate? Specifically, the lower regions.
The lower half plate.
The lower
What?
half plate. You know.
I don't do, like armors. I do like things. I usually, if it's something that involves armor, I send it over to Gale. Gale does his things, and then I add my things to add. Oh, like this one as he pulls out a pretty much like entire like armored arm. As you can see, what looks to be effectively a climbing gear set on its entirety of the arm. As he just shoots it into the balcony.
Okay, you see, that's really amazing. That's a really cool.
Armor.
Great work.
The more I see, the more this is turning into Batman.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, who's Gale?
But I don't do armor.
Okay, but Gale does.
Yeah, Gale.
Okay, alright. So, because I'm just wondering, where's Gale?
He's over at the Heated Hammer,
The Hida Hoodawa?
Yeah, the
Heated
heated
hammer.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever
Right,
been
I
told
know a
where
guy
that
back in
is.
Rosewood that might be
You
able to
know-
help you too.
Youngish looking half elf guy that looks like slightly pissed off all the time, but actually is kind of an okay person.
Nope, never met him.
Both half elves.
But you say he can be an armor supplier.
No, he does armor, he does weapons. He sometimes, supplies explosives, but that's another case.
Get him, man.
Okay. All right. I'm very interested. Did anyone else want to buy the hide, the winter wolf?
I think I'm interested in it.
Okay. So
But perhaps we could do a bit of a trade.
well,
you
we got
see,
two discounts.
Well, I was able to come across this atom, and for someone who is in your, field, where you, I am sure, have to deal with a great deal of very small, intricate mechanisms, this could be a lifesaver for you. And Arlo will offer out the magnifying glass.
Roll me a
Tried
persuasion-
so hard.
Roll me a persuasion
I think it makes
check.
sense.
I believe.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Yeah,
Like,
that was legit.
good one.
It is.
Good
This is
one.
a good. Yeah, an inventor.
Yeah, that's some
Make
shit
something
all
out
the
of it at
time.
very least.
Okay, persuasion, I get a +7. That's 12.
This is wisdom. That's his wisdom. That's a 1.
Oh!
Oh.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. Perhaps in exchange for a set of, the Winter Wolf. Yeah, thank you, Rave. A set for myself and a set for my friend of the Winter Wolf get-ups.
I don't think that's equal in value. I'm gonna be honest with you. Magnifying glass is only a couple, gold or so, if I remember correctly. It's not that expensive.
Oh, well, I paid, honestly, quite a bit more from the local tradesman.
I could reduce the value of one of the sets, but when it comes to 2 sets, that would be effective. So since you're buying 2 sets, I could drop the current value to 400. I could drop your set down to 300, and then if your other friend's interested in buying in, he can buy it at 400.
All right, so we're at 700 at the moment.
I'll pay 400 for it.
I wonder where your friend went. I thought he was interested in these nice pointy arrows.
I think I might take. How many are there?
I like the arrows. I just can't shoot them.
Actually, let me double check.
Why can't you shoot him?
Is anyone not multi-classed yet?
You don't
can
make bows
multi-class
big enough
into
for me.
monk, and we
Oh.
can throw them.
Yeah, just me, Rape, and actually Vinny's, I think, full druid.
Yeah.
If
You
you're
multi-class into monks, so you can throw javelins like darts.
There are a full 10.
Could attach them to spears and make spear out of it.
And how much are you asking for those?
looking to
10 gold each?
All right. I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to hold on to my magnifying glass, but that'll still reduce the cost for the pair, 400 each, and then 100 for the 10 arrowheads. I'll pay for that. And one more thing. Do you have any knitting needles?
As he goes through a bit of boxes here and there, as he actually pulls out a very nice set of knitting needles. I have these.
These look lovely.
You know this. I was asked by a friend a while ago to make something like this, and I never came to pick them up because they're lazy little shit. But that's besides the point. But you could have them if you want them. They're a bit expensive though. But
Oh, well, are they in any way, unique? I mean, they're very nice to look at, but do they have any sort of special features?
What was it again? Hold on. I don't know why I don't just leave this by myself. Oh, that's an 18, so he instantly remembers. Yeah, so these were made from skystone. Yeah.
I don't believe I'm familiar with that material. What would that mean for the knitting process?
So pretty much what skystone does is if you... Hold on. Wait. As he's just patting himself down, as he actually has a little pebble right here. So then, these do quite a few things. They're used for making boots. They're used for making weapons. They're also just used, for like small little intricate things, and also just the, guide paths. But pretty much as you just shakes his hand a lot, as you can pretty much see it's just glowing in his hand. They could do this, and also they kind of just, as you just toss it up in the air, as it just slowly falls back into his hand.
Now, if someone were to, say, throw the needle up and, I don't know, say, in the middle of a fall, try to hold on, would it actually support their weight, or...?
I think you would need a little bit more of it, but I guess you could... That's an odd question. I've never thought about that. I don't really talk to people without wings very often. Usually they just come in, tell me do stuff, and like this. I don't know.
How much are you asking for the pair of them?
10 gold?
I think that's acceptable. And out of curiosity, they're used to make boots and such. Now, the tools to make boots, or actually put them on the boots to have that glowy effect?
The material is usually make boots, armors. I know some people make shields out of them, and they kind of use them as a defense against getting dropped off a cliff, as they kind of just use it to go But it's back and forth.
And what's the material it's called again, Spaz?
Moonstone.
It's skystone.
Skystone. knitting needles. I am buying them, and I am buying the cloak, and I am buying the 10 arrows too.
The arrows count as +1.
Ooh.
Okay.
I had a question for him.
And yeah, I'll give him 8 feathers to cover the 400 gold cost for the hide, winter hide thingy.
Okay, then.
Yeah. I'm dipping into the party fund, guys.
Yeah, fine.
What were you interested
Is
in?
everybody just going to take 1,000 gold?
Yeah, I took 20 feathers.
At this point, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah.
No,
I
honestly, it'll be better.
don't need any, but sure. I'll take 1,000 gold.
I don't necessarily need it yet either, but
And it's winter.
Make it good for now.
Winter wolf hide armor.
Is it hide or cloak? Oh, yeah.
It's,
Hide.
it's hide armor. Just classified as hide armor.
Hey, Spaz, I have that small lockbox. Could I, like, store the majority of my wealth in there since I'm now carrying
Yeah.
enough to buy a small town?
Yeah, you could do that.
That gold was in feathers. How many feathers would that be?
20.
20 feathers?
Yeah.
Okay. That is way lighter than 1,000 gold.
Oh, it's fair. Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about that.
I don't have that much.
Yeah. So what were you wondering, Rizzo?
Do you have something that could launch multiple caltrop bags at once in a single action?
Basically, like something
You
that
want
could
a
drop-
you want a caltrop dispenser, pretty much. In a sense.
Exactly, something that could drop more than just one bag of caltrops at once, so that I could like do a line of 5 or a square of 5 or something like that.
Does he have a giant gumball machine?
I can imagine if you had something like a belt that as you were running, you could open it
And it would just drop it
disperse them
behind you.
behind
Pull
you.
a string or something?
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't have anything like that yet, but I could make something like that if you're interested.
If I ever return, yes, definitely.
Sure thing. I'll get to work on that, and if you come back sometime soon, I'll have it for you ready to go.
Woo. So when this character dies and somebody else comes along, they'll be able to buy it from. I
Yeah,
don't think we'll
worry.
ever come back here.
I'll use it. That's a cool little gadget. I'll use that
Yeah.
one.
And just like running away and like just pour caltrops behind you. It works perfectly for Indrid.
Especially in like a 5x5 hallway too.
Yeah, hallways for sure. You
can
know, if you're the
fucking
last
entire
one of your
hallway.
party, otherwise it gets a little tricky.
Well,
you could
luckily,
also-
luckily he
you could
keeps
also
forgetting he's
use
got his
the
10-foot
A.
movement while he's whistling.
You just got to make sure that everyone else is slower than you.
And that's the way to
Dropping
do it.
caltrops behind you is a way to ensure that.
Unless they got spider climb or flight, yeah, they're not getting.
Or
it.
jump.
Or you're gonna have to jump a lot. I move really fast and have a lot of caltrops.
Okay then. So, anything else?
Before I went off, any cork or obsidian I can buy?
Sure. That's not going to cost anything at all.
Cool.
I can give you. I can give you like a pound of obsidian for like 10 gold.
This is like magic item components, right?
Yeah.
Would he happen to have? Where's fucking identify? There it is. Would he happen to have a pearl worth at least 100 gold?
Yeah, he would 100% have that. He pretty much, when it comes to Jade, besides also being able to sell you like custom made items, he also has just a lot of like basic crafting materials in general. So anything like jewelry wise, woodworking wise, or anything like that. As long as it doesn't fall into like the area of weapons and armor, Jade probably has it.
How many pearls does he have?
When I said for identify, it doesn't use up the pearl when you cast it. It just
Oh, and I already bought a pearl, didn't I?
Yes.
You did,
Okay.
yeah.
Never mind.
But
I'm all
Jade,
For some reason, my brain was still saying that I
Could I-
didn't have it.
could I purchase from you, if you happen to have it, a tiny crystal bead?
sure.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
How much? Just a tiny one.
No gold value attached to it.
Nope.
Then he will get you one. It's only going to cost you a silver piece.
Ooh, great. A silver piece. Well, can you string it on a necklace? Or put it on a ring?
Sure thing.
Okay, great. How much would that cost to do that?
The ring would take a little bit long. The necklace won't take any time at all.
Oh, probably necklace then.
Uh,
Let's do necklace.
then that's only gonna cost you like. What type of material you want the necklace made out of? Just basic like silver. We could do platinum. We could do gold. We could do iron.
I mean, a dealer's choice.
I'll make it a simple silver chain,
Okay.
the gem, and then that would equal out to about a gold.
Oh, wonderful. Flick the gold coin.
Okay then. It takes him a bit of tinkering, which only takes like about a couple moments. As you can see, what looks to be, it's a bit odd. As you're pretty much watching him work on this, it seems like he is just pulling tools out of his, his apron, and then just dropping them back in. And some of the tools don't look like they were there originally.
Apron of holding.
Is that a
I need one of those.
This is amazing. And we are never gonna get out of this shop.
But it takes him no time at all, and he gets you that necklace.
Perfect. I will wear the necklace, and this will be my material for the tiny hut.
Nice.
Okay then. Well, if there's anything else, just holler or come back here. And if you have come across any, rare materials and you want something special made, I could probably do that for you.
Great! I like it. I hope to see you again.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you. Also, if you are gonna, come here again, I would say have a list of things you want, because it's gonna be a lot easier than just, just coming in here and say, we want stuff. Works easier for me that way, because, I have a lot of stuff.
Now that we know, I'll remember.
You should make a menu of things that you have so that we could read over it.
That's
That would be
a
useful.
really big piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's a lot of paper.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you all as well.
Or,
Meanwhile, in that 3 hours we're in the store, you had time enough to go get the payment from the other guy, right, Indrid?
Oh yeah, so I went and did that. Then I went down to the market, and I'm gonna try and find some fucking furs.
Okay then.
So I'm gonna pick up the 1,500 gold from what's his face, yada yada yada. Yes, we did it. Fuck you. Give me the money. We're busy. Unless you had something important in that role play to do.
Not really. It was pretty much like, hey, good job doing this, blah blah blah. A little bit like side chatter, like things, but that can be gone over later.
How much would it cost for a pelt that is exactly the same size as the ones they just bought?
300 more gold. Okay.
About 10 gold-ish.
Okay.
Doesn't do the same, but that doesn't really matter for you.
And then how much would it cost to take it to a tailor and make it look fucking preem?
Cream.
Mattering on how nice you would want it, it probably would cost like an extra 25 gold and also like a couple days to do. Not something you could do real fast with it. Effectively, you want them to turn the furs that you collected and turn it into effectively a very nice cloak in comparison to what the party bought.
Yeah, but mine doesn't have to be functional.
It's not really functional. It's just to make it nice looking, because I'm assuming you just bought basic
I'll put it on order.
Okay.
I'll deal with that later. I'll put down the money now though. So that's 35 gold.
Yeah. Effectively 35 gold.
So I'm really keen on sidestepping to the hammer, the heated hammer, with the half elf.
All right.
Okay, great. Anyone want to come with?
Rezo, any word from Wobbles about whether or not Melkork made it back to his house yet?
I will mentally ask Wobbles.
If I'm right, you guys were just right out of the radius of 1 mile. If
I will jog within the radius.
I think we're going to A, so we got to be within the radius from A, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going to A, so yeah, you'd be within the radius. So pretty much after contacting Wobbles, like, oh, A, Forgot you existed. Those were nice times. Yeah, he's here.
I will inform the party.
Melkor has returned.
Oh, wonderful, great. So when we finish with the hammer, we can get your. Are you up, Vinny? Are you ready? Do you need
I
anything?
hope so.
Okay.
All those potatoes. I'm kind of full now. Should do the trick.
I
We'll
hope
see.
that's not a problem.
You'll be fine.
That was a lot of potatoes.
Oh well, either way. Look there's the hammer. I see it right there. Very iconic.
So as you begin making your way towards the heated hammer at this point, it does actually look like a pretty nice shop for the most part. You can see what unlike the one that you Rezo and Vin ran into over at Rosewick that was pretty much enclosed for the most part. This one seems open as the forge is out in the open and everything like that, not covered up like the other one. And you can see what looks to be a somewhat youngish individual working at the forge, currently pounding out a blade.
Hello there. Hi.
Oh. Hi.
Hello.
Good
Jade
to
sent
see you.
us over here.
Oh.
I'm Rizzo, by the way. I am not.
Nice.
I am Rave. Oh my god. How me? Shit! I did it! It's contagious! Yes! No, DM, I'm attempting to lie. I'm lying.
I'm Wolf Boy now. Just call me Wolf.
Boy.
Oh fuck.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right.
Wow.
Change your name on the Zoom screen so you can just read it.
Rezo's just done with it. So you just want that card back and just Rezo died in the fire?
Sorry, I'm Rave, and yes, Jade said that you were the most skilled blacksmith, and if anyone was to ever deal with any kind of armor making, it was you.
How kind of that fucking crazy ass bird to say.
Well, is he wrong?
It's true, it's just... Usually when people say Jade sent them to me, I have fucking a lot of work on my hands.
Oh, no. I don't know. No custom orders. I hope not, at least, no. I'm looking for some half plate that you might have. So specifically the lower half of the plate.
So you pretty much want half a set of half plate.
You got it. Yep.
What's the point of that, honestly? It's not as protective.
Well,
Honestly, like, you know, it's protecting your legs, but like all your vital bits are just wide open at that point as well.
well, I carry my protective gauntlets, and I guard my core with those.
What happens if somebody breaks your arm?
Well, that's a bridge I'll cross when that happens. But until then, I think I'll be fine.
He just looks over at like all the rest of you. I think your friend needs a breastplate. But you know, if that's what you want, sure.
Yep, just a half plate of, leg coverings, gauntlet coverings, maybe goes up to, like, the shoulder a bit. That'll give me good cover.
So pretty much you want to protect your limbs, but leave all of this wide open.
Well, I'll protect the groin, too. That's also important.
He's going for a sort of aesthetic over functionality.
Oi, mate, he just wants a cod piece.
No.
You got an adamantium cod piece.
I need the full half plate feature. And as you see, I got this, and I'll pull up the Winter's Loaf. This thing's going over my chest, this winter hide thing. So, I don't have much room elsewhere.
Okay, then. Huh. Sure thing. I got it. As, like, literally he, like, goes around and, like, he looks at this, like, nice set of armor, and then he just literally tears out the chest part of it and is like, I'll do.
There you go. Breastplate's for later. Tell that to someone else.
Okay, then. So, you got the coin. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get your measurements set up and everything like that, but, nah.
How much is it for it?
What is it? Usually for one.
It is.
It's 750.
750. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this guy have a striking resemblance to the blacksmith in Rosewick? Thought so. I thought that name sounded familiar. Yeah.
So,
The- Brothers?
who knows?
Cousins, lovers,
Hmm?
all
Same
of the
last
above.
name. So
I don't know.
Lovers, yeah.
I don't know. You met his wife, but this could just be his husband that is a town away. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna cost you the 750.
All right.
Still.
So I
Because
have.
you're still gonna gain all the effects of half play effectively.
Oh yes. But I have this scale mail that you see I'm wearing right now currently. So I'll give you my scale mail gauntlets and my thingy. How much would you pay for that?
He's looking at you like somewhat burnt away and scorched.
It's
Armor.
not too bad. I do have mending, and I mend myself all the time.
it's like new.
It's like new.
Yeah, barely used.
So usually starting equipment's not supposed to have a gold value at all. But for this, 10 gold.
Okay, great. All right, so 10 gold from that. So then, so 740 in total.
Effectively.
Okay, all right. Do you mind if I? How long will it take you?
Once you pay for it, it's only going to take me probably less than 20 minutes to get it measured out for you.
Oh, great, excellent. All right, let's just do that right now. Get it out of the way. And Rave's gonna start to strip a little bit, get off his armor. He still has his silk attire, but he'll just give him the pieces and get ready for measurement. And hand over the feathers.
You hand over the feathers, and he just gets to work instantly on you, just pretty much finishing you up and then getting back to work.
All
Need
right.
anything else before I get back, or is that all?
I'll give him 500 gold pieces, and then the rest will be in feathers. Oh, sorry, I'll give him.
What was that, not rave?
Do you deal in enchanted armor as well?
That's a little bit more tricky. If you want something like that, it's gonna have to be you bringing me the materials and paying the gold for. That's not something I just keep on hand. That's just asking to get robbed when you do that.
Fair enough.
If you want something like that done, bring me the materials. I'll get to work on it. So, mattering what you want, it matters on what type of materials you need for it. So, I could probably give you an idea, but who knows?
Good question. You know anything about some jet black wood off of a special tree out in the wilderness?
Sounds like you're looking for either duskwood or potentially jade bark.
Pretty rare stuff, is it?
It's not really the rare part, it's the harvesting part that's a bitch. You know, a tree that's as strong as steel is, a pain to collect stuff from. Especially when it has no branches.
Oh, is it just like a spire that shoots up from the ground? Jet black, huh?
I heard, Untitled Wilderness, there's a large field, what was it called? Field of Fallen Gods, or the Field of, the Elder Gods, whatever the hell it's called. It's pretty much a giant, wide area of thousands of them. And there's these large birds that use them to pick up their prey and impale it on the large spires.
Well,
I
shit.
don't know what I just came into.
That is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
It's good material if you can harvest it. Usually you need somebody that either A, has worked with material for a while, which you need some of the tribal people of that area, or you need a very skilled druid.
Oh, I'm one of those.
What might a skilled... yeah, he could do the flower thing. It's nice. What might a skilled druid be able to do to harvest something like that?
Your guess is as good as mine. I just know druids are able to just sometimes just pull material off of them.
Interesting.
Honestly, if you're gonna be doing that, good on ya. Watch out for the giant eagles.
Giant eagles. Right.
How do I look?
You look like a cat in armor.
Isn't that right?
Congrats.
Thank you.
Ravishing rave.
Yes,
You
I'll
know,
be sure
to
to
be fair,
sing
man.
your praises, Gel.
If I was fighting a lion that was in plate mail, I'll be terrified. But I see you and I'm not, and I'm trying to understand why.
Ah, you see, I
Well,
lead
you
you into
see,
a false sense of security until I come
There's
in.
a large area that is also the head and torso that's not protected. That's a pretty, just
Hey,
ask.
I got a rapier. If any lion wants to kill me, it's going to be a tough
Yes,
fight
but
on my end.
That's why I use the shield to help cover the middle.
That's why it's called half plate, not full plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full plate still has a breastplate, or half plate still has a breastplate.
Yeah, usually what it is
Just a
half
guess,
plate
just a
has
guess.
like it describes it as like a covering of like your upper body, arms, and a little bit on your legs. I'm doing it the other way around.
I wouldn't
Effective-
know. I don't do metal.
But yeah. So that's all. Well, good doing business with all of you.
Thank you.
Nice day.
Wonderful. Great day. I'm set. I am decked out in armor. I have winter protection. I think I still have enough to buy a delicious plate.
All right. Should we go see our giant confirmed?
Yes, let's do it. Alright, so Finny, now remember, you gotta breathe after every drink. Make sure to cleanse.
Okay.
So, you make it all the way back to Malcork's estate at this point.
Should I
This asshole.
just for? Yeah, fuck it.
Hmm?
I don't know if that'll work or not, but
Oh.
So,
what do you think? I don't know. It might not even do the same thing. If it just gives advantage, I think I already have that.
yeah, you already have advantage from your ability.
Okay.
No, it says
It neutralizes any current poison that you're
It's
affected
an
by.
active poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
If you're
the,
affected by, if you're
the
attacked
passive
by,
effect is okay. Yeah, I
if
don't
you're
need
attacked
that.
by
Then.
any, yeah, if you're attacked by any poison, then you have, advantage on the saving throw and resistance to the damage.
Yeah, no need for it then.
Okay then. So you all make your way to Malcork's estate, and with a bit of traveling, guys eventually make it at this point. Just to give you an idea of the time, it's about 1 at this point.
Yeah, it's good drinking time.
What do y'all do?
Alright. You ready, Finny?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, anybody else gonna join in on it?
Nope. This is
I
all
don't
you.
think we're allowed.
Well, not for the competition, but for the drinking's sake.
Oh.
I mean, hell, we had a long day before.
That's what you mean.
Remember
Yeah,
what happened
sure.
last time I drank?
I mean, it depends on what he's
We
serving.
had a blast. It was a good night. I woke up on the tavern floor again. We should try not to do any of that, but yeah. So just go knock on the door, I guess.
Then you knock on the door. Takes a few seconds to answer, but you see the familiar and lovable face of Argoth. Ah, good to see you all again. Glad that you were able to make it back. I'm assuming you're here to take up on your challenge. If I'm correct.
Yes, Vinny has been prepping all morning, and he feels he's at his peak to take on your master.
Well then, it's definitely going to be an interesting event to say the very least.
I think so. Will you join us in the drinking?
No,
Oh, you should.
way too early in the day for me to start
Oh.
drinking yet.
It's
That's a shame.
afternoon.
Sadly,
Literally.
my day does not end until the sun falls.
Well, I'm ready.
As you're all brought into
As you take the beer, start.
as you're all brought into the living room like you were the last couple of times, as you're pretty much waiting at this point, as Argoth is going to retrieve Malcork. A few seconds pass, and Malcork is out. He's in actually a little bit more common wear than last time. When you last saw him, he was actually wearing some pretty nice clothes. At this point, he seems to be wearing some, for the most part, regular traveler clothes. Something very comfortable and just effective. Just
Hi, Malquark. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Finn? Hope you're ready for that challenge as you're trying to win this little bag of mine.
Yeah.
I'll be
well,
sad to see it go, but if you win, that's fair.
it'd be nice. I mean, we did go through a lot of effort to, handle the business.
I heard. I can't believe the crag wanted me dead. That's funny, honestly.
Well, you did take care of one of those lots. One of them actually tried come in here and take your top off, was it?
Yeah, he just tried to come in here and just kill me, and I just kind of got rid of him.
Well, I'm
The
glad
good
to see you
old
still
1-2.
standing. 1-2. Very nice. Well,
Didn't have to blast somebody did anyway. I respect that.
respect.
There's something for you to learn now, Indrid. When it comes to us giant kin, if a challenge is brought up to us, no backing down. We give it 100% or die trying.
I trying. And we're
Well,
still
worse-
standing here, aren't we?
Worse things than death, my lord.
Possibly. But, meh.
Sorry, the 40k bled in there a little bit.
I
Yeah,
heard that too.
there's worse things than death.
Heresy.
Don't worry.
Well, what you have anything on tap over here? Should we head over to a tavern nearby or something maybe?
Well then, this morning, I went to go see a few friends, ask around. Thought about getting some very nice kegs for this occasion.
As he brings out one keg.
And I think Bane's blood is the way to go.
Son of a bitch!
And you're a giant king. You need a lot to actually do anything to you.
Yeah, but he did that on purpose. I should have seen it coming.
Bane's blood is the strongest alcohol in this city.
Yep.
Let me put this out here.
Yep.
Well, you have that spell.
You do have that spell.
Well, I can't cast it in front of him.
Say the word. We got a couple of rogues. We might be able to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like if you ask him, he'd probably allow you.
Bane's blood. I haven't drank any of that for that stuff. Quite strong, isn't it? I was gonna say you probably might need more than one keg, but if it's that stuff, ugh.
Don't worry, we'll know the results soon. This thing is the only stuff that can knock me on my ass.
It's done the trick myself.
I bet.
Nope.
You ready? Let's get to this.
Bottoms up.
Okay then. And with that, make your first roll.
All right. And what am I doing? A check or a save?
You make a save.
16.
16. 14. So he passes the first route, and you pass the first one. Doing a little bit better. It doesn't go down as hard as, the last time you had this. It was a very, thick, tarry, texture to it. But you're getting past it this time as, you're expecting it. You know what it's like. Yeah, that's the first round down. Roll for the second one.
All right. 14.
Okay, then. Luckily, you just barely pass this one, as you're starting to actually feel it as you go down for your second gulp. It's a little bit hard, but you fight through it. He seems to be going through it pretty easily. He's rolling like fucking garbage. Okay, then. Third round. Okay, then. Huh.
19 plus 22.
Well then, as you pretty much begin just taking down that third round, you notice Malcork actually begin to waver a little bit. He's still going through it, but you're starting to notice it's actually affecting him a little bit.
That's when it starts kicking in, isn't it?
Yep, definitely. You're impressive. You're pretty much halfway through the keg and you haven't fucking vomited up your guts yet. Let's see how far you could go.
It made it halfway up.
Wow.
This has got to be ugly to watch.
Just two giant gulping down tar pretty much.
Ugh.
Yeah, really.
Just really thick maple syrup that you're just chugging down.
All right. What do we keep going until somebody passes out?
Oh, pretty much. I made his roll. What is yours?
17.
17. Okay then. So then, as you're chugging down this last round, it's getting a little bit hazy for you. You're starting to lose consciousness, and you have that bubbling feeling that's starting to slowly rise up into you, and not feeling good as you're trying to just drink it back down. But then you just notice Malcork just collapse as you rolled lower than him, and then right after he goes down, you go down right after him.
On top of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that means Vinny wins, right? Yeah, Vinny. Vinny, you're good, right? Yeah, look at that. Oh, he's still good.
You both failed, but you rolled a 14. You got it.
All right. Wow. I had one of my inspiration cards at the ready.
At the moment, you do have the poison stat effect for 2 days.
2 days?
All right. Argoth, I don't suppose you have anything like a charcoal that we can just shove down his throat to maybe...
We're both just like passed out, I presume, at this point.
Wouldn't magical healing?
Sometimes a bit.
Pretty much a lesser.
I have that good brew.
I have a lesser restoration. I can cast it. Just tell me when.
I mean, I think the competition's over, wouldn't you say?
I'm waiting for
passed out on the ground, right?
I'm waiting for Butler to give me the it's over.
Oh yeah, the competition's over.
Oh good.
This is funny as hell to watch. I think you should just leave them like this.
Well,
around.
There's no hurry. Why don't you go ahead and get his bag, and then we'll do the thing.
The bag is currently the bag was on the table.
Oh good.
And they both collapsed on the table.
Oh crap! That's not good.
Him in the morning after he hurts.
All right. Well, okay. I'll do Vinny first, Vinny lesser, and then I'll do a lesser on our little giant friend, so he can get off the bag.
Okay then, Vinny, you're given pretty much an adrenaline shot.
Ooh.
As
all right, next round.
The horrible feeling dissipates. You still feel a bit hazy though. Like the poison effect's gone. You still have a pretty heavy buzz though.
Yeah, the magic ain't gonna get rid of that shit.
Don't worry. You're fine. No drinking.
Who won?
You did.
Yeah.
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 One more for the road.
No.
Make your roll.
No. Slap it.
20.
I was really hoping for that magic.
I know.
And just like drink it and just vomit everywhere and then pass out.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, I think that was pretty good, honestly. Yeah.
Oh.
Bag's yours. You won, I think.
He did. Butler confirms.
As he just
That's
tosses
a
Vin the
good
bag.
challenge.
Yes, indeed. The bag's yours now, Vin.
Can I pay for half of the keg? At least.
It's a friendly little game. Don't worry about it.
It was fun. Thanks for the work, Malcork. I hope that the town is a little more under wraps.
Hopefully. It's a little bit upsetting to find out exactly what's behind it, but, the more you know.
Yeah, the snake people. You know much about them? There's a lot going on. Much more than we thought.
It being connected to the crag, it's a bit upsetting, honestly, just for the point that That means they're up to something, and probably most likely going to be mobilizing soon. They don't usually take this type of action with their spies. They usually just let them sit, mess around with politics.
Well, we did kind of jump in where we didn't belong, so who knows?
They were assassinating people, though, already before you showed up, so... problematic. Gotta still figure out exactly why they were assassinating them, though.
I was wondering, did the temple ever figure out were all the victims truly at random, or was there some sort of selection process?
At the moment, no connections that they can find, honestly. It seems a bit odd. They weren't any political figures, though it was all people from the west side, so that would imply that they are some form related to the Bane nobility or some connections with inside merchant guilds and such. So at very least, individuals with money. My assumption would be probably attempting to mess with trade, though I'm not really a trades person. I just do business here and there, for the most part. More of just a face to go around and people look at and be like, yeah, I trust that guy.
I get that a lot too.
Shanty.
As long as you're safe, since we won't be around, you'll be good.
I'll
Yes,
be
safe.
fine. I can handle myself, and I have Argoth here. He could crack a few skulls if he needs to.
Well, that's true. Argoth looks like he could handle himself.
Also serves a mean cup of tea.
Hint, hint. That he
Love it.
does.
It was nice chatting with all of you, but besides having to get past this bit of an odd hangover, it's gone, but it's still there. It's lingering. It's weird.
I tried my best. I'm really not that good at doing
It's kind of like you skipped the part of being blacked out drunk and skipped right to the hangover.
If I knew how to cure your hangover, I would do it. I could try again. Do you want me to touch you again?
Nah.
No, I've been through this before. That's the spell you cast was right, well and good. It's just this Bane's blood stuff. It's just not made.
I hear hair of a dog helps.
And I'll pluck off a little bit and offer it.
That's new, Reza. Why didn't you tell me about that last time?
I don't think you
heard
should be
about
doing that, son. You don't have much.
Yeah,
more to give
that's a
anymore.
valuable resource for you right now.
Limited resource, non-renewable.
I'm looking for a
Hey,
potion.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
As Malcork is gonna run off real fast.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
very loud and audible, especially with wood floors.
Ugh.
I feel like there might be
As-
some dents now.
Yeah.
Nah, it's sturdy enough wood. As he comes back a moment later,
I got this little thing. Put it on.
as he just chucks a ring at you.
Me?
Yeah, Rezo. He just chucks a ring at you.
I will unquestioningly just throw it on.
Okay then.
All right, lay the curse on me.
That would be amazing if he had a ring of drunkenness.
That'd be
Oh
horrible.
my god.
I mean, he had the cloak of
wasted-
drunkenness, so I'm kind
He
of happy.
did, but that would be amazing if he had a ring. No, pretty much you put on this ring, it takes a few moments, but you actually do notice some of the hair is starting to grow back.
It's a ring of
Slowly.
regeneration.
Ooh, look at this ring. It's making you grow.
It's a ring of Rogaine.
Okay, Rick, fantastic. Argoth, you're full of surprises.
Yeah, just sit here for a little
Malcork.
bit, and when it's done getting your poof back, you just give me back the ring, and we'll be fine.
Hell yeah, I will hang out until my poof is back.
Okay then.
Maybe we could have a cup of tea while we wait.
It takes a few minutes, but yeah, your hair just slowly begins to grow back. You have actually a perfectly fine and nice coat.
I will take him by the hand and vigorously shake it with both of mine.
You have no idea how much I appreciate this.
I mean,
No worries.
That's pretty big.
You're doing work for me, and most of that fur is gone because that explosion and all. But don't worry about it,
well, no. You see, I think he could use this later on. I think there's going to be a lot of fur problems in his future.
Where did you pick it up? Where I might perhaps pick one up.
Oh, this little thing. I cut it off. Well, I cut off the hand of the fucking weird priest person on the mountain, and then I kept it.
the weird priest personal.
You know, he kept fucking regenerating shit, so I just cut off the hand with the ring, and it just worked perfectly.
Yeah, no, that works.
Brilliant. Another beautiful story.
Well, I mean, this is the way. Does it grow back more than just hair?
Oh,
You know, I guess, yeah. It's like a starfish. It's really good at bringing limbs back, unless you cut off the finger or the hand that it's on. Then you know it's fucked.
Like a Hydra.
I mean, that's a
Yeah, but you
really
can put
powerful
it on your feet.
item. I understand why you'll want to keep that, then, I suppose.
Yeah, it's real handy.
As long as it doesn't get cut off the hand.
Oh, it's great. You just sprain an ankle, just pop the ring on, it's good, and that's perfect.
What if you pierced your tongue with it?
That would be a bit weird.
But then they can't cut it off.
Well, you can cut off a tongue.
You
Not
know,
as easily as a hand.
No!
So did you,
Yeah, well, I
Do
mean,
you often worry about having your tongue cut off, mate?
honestly, at that point, just cut off the head.
But then the head grows back.
Nah.
but the head's still a head.
Have you tried it?
But have you tried?
The ball.
I mean, not personally, obviously.
Shit's getting dark around here now.
Either way, it's a fun idea.
I am going to quickly, while they're distracted and talking, message Indrid quietly in the subtle hinting magical way towards him. And I'll just go, Indrid, do you want to take that ring? Oh, Indrid's gone. Shit.
Also,
Indrid's already doing.
look at the spell requirements.
I do have my copper. Yeah.
I will whisper
It's
back.
it's sigmatic.
The somatic part too.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah,
Visual.
you'll see me do this.
I'll
It will
whisper
create a magic
Spell
circle.
circle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Creates
it's
magic
it makes a circle. It's just I'm whispering to it. And it's just, you know, like,
Yeah, I'll
So he'll
whisper
know you're
back.
having a conversation.
he'll know I'm casting a spell. I mean, he just know what I said. That's fine. I don't mind if him seeing me do magic. That's okay. He knows I do magic. He can ask if he wants.
I'm going to start combing my hair.
What hair?
The hair that grew back.
Yeah, he got the regen.
The hair that I got back.
Yes.
The hair that he's gonna lose in like 3 sessions.
Oh, probably this session. We're not done yet.
We aren't done yet now.
Oh.
Okay, then.
Teach me to play a character with hair.
Yeah. No, but just this tiny message of going, Indrid, did you want to steal that ring?
I don't think so, mate. He's been pretty proper with us. You know, more flies with honey and more honey's being fly, you know what they say.
Also, you guys feel a intimidating presence standing behind you.
If it's that goddamn half-orc.
Oh, who said
Probably
he
is.
was that? Was he a half? No,
You
he's
did
not
say
a
half orc.
He's full orc, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, he's full orc.
Oh, he's full orc. Oh.
yeah.
He shouldn't be able to sneak up on anyone.
Why do you think you
Now
can?
that's
feel,
racist.
why do you think you can feel his menace?
That's fair.
That's like saying
He's not sneaking.
The
You know
first
he's
time
there.
the first time he caught Indrid trying to sneak in the house, you really think he was just gonna let his eye off of Indrid at all?
Fair. Well, we should get back to camp. I guess Uther's probably waiting for us. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, sir. Perhaps we'll see each other again someday after our foray up north.
I do hope to run into you again sometime.
You're welcome anytime, and mattering in how long it takes, you might have some work here. Though, I don't know when you get back, you might not be able to get into the city.
Closing the gates and all.
Yeah, lockdown and everything.
Sure. Well, again, it's been a pleasure. Thanks again, Michael.
No problem. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All
Well,
the rest of you go back to the camp.
does anyone else want to carry this bag, or should I just leave it on my waist?
like giant sized, isn't it?
It's a big
It's a
bag.
magic item.
I mean, it's Vinny sized, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very
Currently.
size.
Yeah.
I'll hold on. It's all good.
Yeah, Vinny, do you mind if I put some stuff in the bag?
Absolutely. That's what it's for, isn't it?
Yeah, great. I'm gonna put the glaive in the bag.
If everybody's got hold of the party loot, just count that for.
Oh right, that's not a thing in this edition. Oh, I'm so sad.
What's that?
Oh, it used to be if you put magical or rare type metal weapons inside of a bag of holding, you could tear the inside of it.
That would really suck.
Nah, it's just portable hole in this edition. Don't put a portable hole in there.
Oh, you mean?
Oh yeah,
just
no,
the-
no, no, no. No extra dimensional space touchies.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we
No,
create a miniature black hole that lasts for 30 seconds and kills everything.
Well, that doesn't kill you. It just suctions the astral sea, and you better find a portal back to the material, or you're going to be.
There's that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if everybody's got access to it, just put it in the party loot, and we'll call that the bag of holding, I guess.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I'll put the glaive in
Bag
there.
of holding. So necessary for any party.
And I think we go back to the camp.
Yep, you're all heading back to the camp, which is, like I said earlier, it was pretty close to the Iron Orchards. You're all heading back there. It doesn't take you too long. It's around almost, 2 at this point, around the time you make it back. But once you get there, you can actually see what looks to be Uther actually packing up, and you can also see what looks to be another centaur-like individual that has what looks to be somewhat a little bit more disheveled long hair, brownish, as well as a large braided beard that goes down a little bit almost to the belly button.
That's a knight.
Greetings.
Yes, it is a knight.
Oh, he's pretty naked for a knight. All right.
Well, it was just a reference of how far it goes. He's
Oh.
wearing full plate.
Okay. It's like we can see it. All right.
Yeah, you're one to talk.
I do it for real show. I'm not a knight. I'm a bro.
I'm a bro.
So,
Brosific.
Yeah.
But at this point, you can see what Uther has pretty much packed up most of his things ready to go at this point. It seems like he's just waiting for the rest of you to return.
hey.
As you can see, what also looks to be Feek tied to your guys' luggage.
Tied
Down? Like,
Yeah, tied down.
oh.
The best way to deal with, an unwieldy goblin.
Can't argue.
I guess Feek was doing something naughty.
He's being feek.
When isn't he?
I didn't think he did it all that time. All right. Okay.
Well then, I'll be off then. It was nice working with all of you. Hope we run into each other all again. But
Yeah,
If
be safe.
If this is a nightly problem, would you hire adventurers for it?
no, this is something of my country at the moment.
Yeah, usually a night problem is a very personal problem,
That's true. Sometimes they hire mercenaries, though.
Well, I mean, you can always go. I mean, you can have more, but I think most night problems are one-on-one.
Pretty fair.
Let's just say it's going to take up a lot of my time, especially with traveling. Got a long ways to go back home.
Well then,
Oh, I hope you stocked up on oats.
yep. He just slaps a bag behind him.
Nice chatting with all of you. I wish you luck on your travels north. As he
You too.
is going to be again setting off at this point.
So, Feek, what exactly were you doing?
You know the thing I did with, the stick earlier? I tried to do it again with the older looking one, and it did not work out.
It's the wand he has.
Oh.
No, so
No.
what Feek did with Uther earlier was got a
A character or something.
no, he got Rezzo's. Got Rezzo's fishing pole and put a carrot at the end of it.
Yeah.
Tried doing that to the other one. Didn't go so well for Feek.
Yeah, probably not a great idea. So,
Those bosses, what's we doing then?
good question.
Well, there are some druids that hopefully are still looking for bodyguards on the next town over. Do we think we can make it there before nightfall?
No.
Oh no, that's a couple days trip, isn't it?
So it's a
Oh.
5 days journey to get from Redgale to Rosewick, and it was in between, so it would be about 2 days,
A
effectively.
little bit of a trip, yeah.
All right. Well,
With
should
your
we-
that was on foot though. Most of
You
the
do
party
have
has
horses.
mounts now.
So it's like a day and a half at least.
I would say if you guys set off now, you guys would pretty much get right at the part where effectively the gravel road turns into a dirt road, effectively, and that's where you would have to make camp.
We have to push our horses pretty far, though, too, wouldn't we?
Yeah, you guys would be pretty much like riding full speed.
But it's only a half-day travel.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't see any reason to rush, so...
Yeah, they've been there for a while, so an extra day maybe probably can't hurt that much. They're either there or they're not.
Well, you two are the experts on these types of people, so I'll defer to you.
Well, sure.
It's also best not to rush into the Titan Woods. Have any of you been there before?
No.
Then during our travels, I'll just regale them with as many stories as I can. You know, the stories that my pop and mom would tell me to
How
not get killed.
shitty, how shitty of a place are we going into right now?
It's really big woods with really big creatures. So if you're not
Really big
around-
trees and it's really cold.
It is the most. It is the most wild, untamed place, and you guys are in mid-fall at the moment, which it's actually once you guys pass Rosewick or get to Rosewick, if it rains, it's probably going to snow. Not heavily.
I got
but
it.
Does it have the 3 W's?
Combined Alaska and Canada together.
Does it have
Or not Alaska.
Oh, I was going to say, like, I mean, that's...
wine?
Sorry, Australia and Canada.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
All the nasties from Australia and all the cold from Canada.
Yeah, the biggies, gotcha.
Man, we better be getting paid a shit ton for this.
All right, well, the only thing I'll do is, we're going to the north, right? We're leaving out the north gate?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
At the moment, you guys are outside. You're effectively right over here, so you could pretty much ride the wall and then reach the road.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do the last stop to the mortar and pestle. Because now that we have a bag of holding, I feel a little bit more comfortable leaving a plate in the bag to keep it safe.
Ah.
You know, less likely of it breaking.
Wow. You can pull out at night and eat.
And then I was going to get something else.
Wasn't there like a special spoon you wanted?
I don't know if it's the spoon that I'll want, because...
You said you would like the spoon, the siphon, and... Were you talking about the filters as well? You brought up a lot of things that you would be interested in.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think as you said, the Siphon of Brilliance was...
The Siphon of Brilliance would extend the
stuff usage, yeah. So that helps, like, when Indrid wants to brew his thing. Or whoever got the brew. Yeah, Indrid got the brew.
Oh shit, that's right. I need like a tea kettle.
Yeah, so I can do the Siphon
When it comes to brewing it, it's pretty simple. All you actually need is an iron pot, which I think half of you have an iron pot. You just need to be able to boil the water and then section it off into cups and then pour the brew into it and mix it.
Yeah, well, so how much is the Siphon of Brilliance, the Kettle of Silence, I know the Delicious Plate's 100.
So, the Siphon of Brilliance, that is going to cost you, if I'm correct, that's 200. The Kettle of Silence is only 100. And then what was the other thing?
The delicious thingy.
Plate of deliciousness.
Yeah.
The plate of deliciousness, I want to say that was 50 to 75.
Oh, even cheaper.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, it's just...
It's just luxury. Yeah,
No nutritional value.
It's 50. Yeah, that's 50.
Okay, so that's like 350 total?
70, yeah, 350 total.
All right.
Spoon is the 75, and then the
filters
filters are where it gets expensive.
Yeah, he doesn't need the spoon. He's got prestidigitation. He can change the flavors. But yeah, he'll definitely get the filter for everyone, including Indrid, so that he can make that last longer, and he'll get the kettle so that it's something that can cook in silence, and the deliciousness. So that's 350 gold, right? Okay.
Yep.
So he's going to dip into some of the feathers and the stuff that he's got. Okay. Because the talon is 2.
There's also a couple extra brews that are not inside the PDF that I can tell you about as well. I'll I'll need to bring up the PDF to see what you guys can actually see.
The brews we got are Good Brew, Winter Brew, and Lion's Courage. We don't know what the Summer Blend or the Spastic Tea is yet.
Okay, the summer blend is effectively, think the opposite for the winter brew. Pretty much, if you go into a hot environment, it pretty much makes it that it cools you down effectively and all that stuff. When it comes to the spastic brew, pretty much what it is it automatically adds a additional 5 feet to your movement upon drinking it, and then you roll a d10 to see what additional effect you get from it, which... So think of most of the abilities of haste sectioned off for the most part, but it's pretty much like you get an additional action to use an item, you gain an additional action to dash, you gain additional you gain double your movement, or you gain an additional attack and things like that. There's also a couple other side effects that you could also potentially roll with that additional 5-foot boost.
And do you roll every turn, or is it just like once you drink the tea?
Once you drink it, that's the effect you get from that tea.
Right.
Okay. And they're all positive effects.
2 of them are neutral effects, and then all the rest of them are. The neutral effects are pretty much like small things, like they can help you out. You're probably never going to use them though. Like jittery. This effect allows the individual to have a somewhat little bit jumpy attitude to everything, which gives them advantage on any dexterity saving throws they have, but tends to cause any disadvantage to persuasion checks.
Okay.
That's pretty much like the extent of the neutral ones, and all the positive ones are pretty much you slice up haste into multiple different things.
All right, so he'll give 7 feathers, so that should cover it.
Okay then.
And yep, he'll keep them all in the bag of holding just to make sure they're safe. And then the spastic thingy, how much was that per? Dipper?
Each one of the brews are 100 gold.
Each brew is 100 gold.
Each brew is 100. And each pack has 5 brews inside of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Rave, here's 300 gold.
Arlo will donate
Fuck
them
up.
For what? For what?
for teas.
Let's just get a rack so we can spin it and pick what we want.
Just to let you know, the extent of what I already forgot her name. Let me bring it up again.
Roslyn? No.
Sophila. It was a joke about Phillies, but yeah, Sophila is able to make for each one of the brews a maximum of each one of them equal to her intelligence modifier, which is an intelligence modifier of 3. So she can make 3 a week, and actually let me bring up my notes of how much is actually left. So there is only 1 brew left of Goodberry Brew, but effectively you guys already have one because Indrid bought one, so there's 1 left of that. There is 2 things left of the Lion. There is none left of the Winters. Summer, it's full stock, and the Spastic is 2 left.
Do they expire?
They do not expire until brewed.
I say Spastic Goodberry or Good Brew.
Yeah, Good Brew's a pretty nice one to have. That would pretty much mean you have 10 uses of it, since Indrid already has one of those.
Okay. Well, so I mean, you guys party funding if you want and whatnot. I just took all that out of my gold right there, but if you want me to contribute to stuff, I can. There's only 3 things left, though, isn't it? 2 Spastics and 1...
And 1 Good Brew.
Yeah, so that's 300. Do you want me to put in 100 and you 2 put in 100?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
There we go.
Good Brew. The Good Brew is a pack of 5.
Yep. All of them are packed.
All packs of 5, yeah.
Each one of them has 5 brews with inside of it. Each brew lasts after brew. It takes 10 minutes to brew, and then they last 24 hours.
Normally.
All right, so we got pack of Good Brew, pack of Spastic Tea,
2.
and
Yes, 2 Spastic Teas.
2 Spastic Tea. Sorry, so that's times 10. Okay.
Really gambling for that extra attack.
I mean, we're just buying out what you got.
We got money. We're not going to spend it in the forest.
It's the closest thing you guys are gonna get to potions, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so I got that in the bag of holding. Pack of Goodberry, pack of Spastic, times 10 times 5. Yeah, so we got it.
Okay.
Get 8. And I am pretty now light on the coin.
Okay then.
I'm good.
Well then. It's pretty nice. Somebody just made bank today.
Yeah.
I
Self-filling.
spread the wealth. I got a bit to the birdie, a bit to the half-elf, a bit to the centaur, you know. Trying to get the goodwill.
They're
So,
all
Rave, if we head out into the wilderness, is your little friend gonna be following us still?
What little friend?
The invisible one.
Oh,
that
Gamma.
came
You
up
mean
with the
Gamma?
funny face. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Gamma's with me in real life. Or no, well, for the duration of the trial period.
Trial period, right? Trial period. All right.
You should
Well,
ask Indrid how like contracts work and all. He's a good guy for asking that stuff.
Well, so are we going to try to make a bit of a start this afternoon, or are we going to sort of enjoy what's left of the city can offer for the evening?
I would like to stock up on wine.
Oh, all right.
I would like to buy 10 bottles of wine, 5 small kegs of mulled mead, and 4 bottles of whiskey.
You're really into the drinks, huh?
It's for everyone.
Oh.
Inside check.
They're road beers.
we should get some of that Bane's blood too. Makes for a good night.
To be honest, if you drink that Bane's blood on a road and somebody gets fucking wasted, you're probably gonna die out there. Gonna walk away from the camp in the middle of winter and just freeze to death.
As long as both Rave and myself don't drink it at the same time, we
Yeah, right.
be okay.
Well, I get the feeling there's not a lot of bars in the mountains, so who
There's
knows
not,
how
but there's
long we'll
lots
be
of
out
stuff
there.
you can plick and eat.
Well, that's why I'm buying
Do
alcohol.
random things.
I mean, I've got my delicious plate, so I think I'll be good with that.
Fine, I'll drink all the alcohol. Fuck
Oh, I'll help you with that.
I never said I wouldn't.
Okay then.
There's some leaves out there you can pluck and eat that make you see
That's
things.
fine.
So any like, I'm guessing you're just like getting like the most basic of alcohols, or you
Oh
actually...
no, like mid, you know.
Second shelf.
Yeah,
It's-
mid-shelf, right?
Effectively, what you're getting is gonna cost you around. What was it again? Like 10 bottles of wine?
10 bottles of wine, 5 small casks of mulled mead, 4 bottles of
Whiskey.
Okay.
And a couple casks of Bane's blood.
So that's gonna cost you. Well, if you're throwing in the fucking Bane,
Not getting any fucking Blaine's blood.
I'm gonna tell you this now. A thing of Bane's blood, a bottle, not a keg, costs 500 gold.
Ooh,
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my god, you want to
And-
split
Damn, I
that.
just drank like $3 grand worth.
yeah.
You drank a king's.
Yeah.
King's ransom.
No
You-
wonder.
You drink more than Julius Caesar requested for his own ransom.
All right.
And I want one really nice bottle of champagne for when we don't die.
Okay, so a bottle of Elvaquist. So that's gonna come out to a total of 100 gold.
Done.
Damn.
Elvaquist is going in my inventory. The rest is in the party.
Just to note how Elvaquist works, it's pretty much a wine that gives you a buzz, but no matter how much you drink, you will not gain a hangover.
Yeah, I bought a bottle of it at that inn when we first met because I'm bougie like that.
Nice.
And with that, you all set off. Okay then. Takes you a bit of time, but with the horses and everything, which if I'm right, everybody here has a horse, and then the one that doesn't, you just turn into
one.
Yeah. Do you mind if I put my loot in your bag?
We also have a pony as like
Yeah.
a
Alright.
saddle horse.
Rave's
You guys-
nightly camp equipment's going in that bag, basically.
You guys have 3 horses, a pony, and then Vin.
Yes.
So everybody has a mount effectively.
And
So
who's
you
riding
guys-
Limelight?
Oh yeah, it was Limelight still.
Who
He's
wants
still
to do
kicking.
Limelight?
Who's the animal handler? Who?
Ah, shit, that's me.
Okay.
Arlo's not bad.
Ask the druid.
But
Indrid,
Arlo
you
has
do
the
it.
pony.
Oh, I don't ride. Do I ride? I assumed I was riding with someone, and the pony was just for like cargo.
Was the pony for cargo? Or was it for Arlo? I thought it was for Arlo.
I bought it for
Could be
Arlo,
both.
but
Oh, okay.
you could use it for.
I mean,
cargo.
he's 30 pounds, so
Yeah.
Arlo is cargo.
Yeah. So
Cargo's heavier than you.
yeah.
if Arlo like rides with me, we can use the pony as a saddle bag, basically.
I feel like Limelight's too skittish for me to ride them.
Yeah, but I also
Calm
don't wanna just,
down.
like enslave him as a pack horse. So first of all, I'm gonna make myself smell like a horse with Druidcraft. A familiar scent, and I'm gonna approach him very slowly and attempt to saddle him.
Did we find out Limelight was a girl? I thought.
Yeah. Found
Her.
out the 2 horses that you had left were mares.
Her, in that case. Yeah, Limelight's a girl, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then my animal handling, can I have advantage for trying to smell like a horse? That was the
I'll
whole
give you
point.
I'll give you advantage.
Thanks, Baz.
Plus it's
Good
Limelight.
thing-
You've been traveling with Limelight for almost.
I was muted by Scream Guidance like a second too late.
19.
That'll be enough. Limelight, like I said, you've been traveling with Limelight for like
Weeks.
3 weeks, effectively. Limelight's used to most of you guys now. The only one that like Limelight's still skittish around is probably Vindbrand. Don't worry, don't panic. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah. Guy that
the
can talk. You know, the wolf doesn't scream to it in magical speech that everything will be fine and not to worry about.
That's fair.
I'll
Yeah.
keep talking to him. I'll get on his good side one of these days.
Her.
Or, yeah, I keep saying it.
They're gender fluid.
But yeah, you guys set off. Takes you a bit of time, but by nightfall, you guys effectively make it to, I would say, the official outskirts of the city. You're not passing by any more farms or anything at this point. It's effectively you are at the edge of the city now. And with that, you guys take camp for the night. And considering you're so close to town and everything like that,
I would still
Night
tiny
goes-
hut the place up.
poor Vin and the horses are staying outside.
It's all good. I prefer it.
I'm
Is
sorry
it
about
raining?
that.
It is actually raining at the moment. And
Bummer.
give me, actually, you have Druid Craft.
You tell me with your druid craft.
Yeah, so Indrid with the Druid Craft, pretty much, it actually is coming down to a light drizzle at this point. And one of the things that you'll actually notice or find out with your Druid Craft is it's going to get cold tonight. You don't think it's going to be that bad, but there is potential that it might turn to snow if it continues.
Oi, Vin, we might want to build a fire, mate. I think that it's going to get a little chilly for you. And the horses. And the horses.
Yeah, of course.
And my pony. I will dote over my pony.
I'll go get some wood.
A lot, mate. Like, might as well build a bonfire if you're going to be staying outside.
I'll
It's only
just fill
gonna
the
be-
arms. Yeah, I bring back like a shitload of wood.
Just tears up 2 trees.
Here's one tree.
That'll do. With my druid craft, I can light a small campfire, so I could just light the tree on fire.
Yeah, that's not going to burn through.
It'll be fine.
But yeah. But for the most part, besides, you know, a little bit of snowfall during the night goes by uneventfully. By morning time, or by the sun, or by the time the sun actually rises, most of the snow that did fall starting to melt away.
How
So-
close are we? Are we going? We're not going into Rosewick, but just near it to get to
So-
where the druids were.
The druids, so actually, let me move you guys to the world map now. World map. Weird fucking map. Continent's so weird. So if you zoom in, this is currently Redgel right here. This is Rosewick. The Druid's Grove is right in between.
I was gonna say for a couple more days we could head in and get some. Take the rest of the crew to the pastry puff place. Be a real treat before we head out, but be an extra couple of days.
Could be interesting.
Spaz, why is there a marker that says Dragon Slayer?
Oh, that was just something that the party was
Pay no attention
thinking
to
about.
that.
Was thinking about looking into, but never got to.
That was the waterfall, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we got
The,
abducted
what
before
was
we
it?
could get there.
The Jasper Springs. Yep. So that marks the Jasper Springs right over there.
Dragon's Lair. Interesting.
You know, just leave that there. Make it interesting.
If we're not going to, I'll send an animal messenger in to the what's her face?
Nada.
Yeah, not a favorite, and kind of with a similar message that I sent last time.
Okay, then.
With no intent other than to just warn her because she was good person.
Okay, then. So you guys set off for your next day. Doesn't take you too long. Actually, with your horses, you actually make it to the Druid's Grove about 5-ish. Sun hasn't begun to fall yet, but it is starting to slowly.
We made pretty good time, I think, didn't we?
With horses, you effectively cut down travel into 3 days.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
look at us.
Last time it took us dang near a week,
Oh,
but we also did some circles. Yeah.
Yeah. So from what you can actually see at this point is what looks to be a large number of what looks to be a mixture of birch trees and also what you would assume would be some sort of oak. It has like the leaves and everything that would match oak, but they have a very odd shade to them, as the tree itself has somewhat of a gleam to it. As you approach this grove,
Is
you don't
the
see
tree magical? I would know.
I know you would know. It's just like, it's not. It's just a tree. It's just a weird looking tree. It's hard to tell because you like usually things have like a slight shine to them when they're magical, and it's just like it's gleaming. Yeah, it's weird. But as you continue forward at this point, you don't really see anybody at this point. So who's going to approach the grove? Doesn't really.
well.
This is the location, you know, because you were given the slight description in the contract that you picked up. But
Right.
besides that, you were never told who you were going to meet with or where to actually meet in the grove, just at the grove.
Definitely be one of our 2 druids. So
Come on, Indrid, you're the druid of the party. Let's go talk.
Right, mate, I gotta be honest with you.
It's a parlor trick.
Real fancy parlor trick.
It's on loan from my dad.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna skywrite and write a message say I'm looking for some druids. And then kind of work my way in.
Okay, then. So writing that up into the air, no response, but you just begin to slowly walk into the grove. And a bit of ways in, you'll notice something that was actually extremely nice, as obviously the DID grove is, you know, pretty much your child when it comes to, you know, nature for the most part. But this one has a very nice, calming feeling to it. The air has a very sweet scent to it, as well as just pretty much everything feels calm. But as you continue further in at this
Nice.
point, you can hear what sounds to be a little bit of chatter at this point.
Hey guys, I think they're over here. Come on in.
A little pitter patter forward.
Chatter kind of quiet down a little bit at this point, as you'll see what looks to be 2 individuals chatting with one another.
They look druidy.
But you can see these two individuals chatting with one another. And they're going to look over at you, Vinabran, and they're actually going to speak Druidic.
Good.
Considering
Not spoken that in a long, long time.
you show the signs of a druid.
Yeah.
So, what brings you to our grove?
We found a quest, so to say, in one of the taverns back in Rosewood. Something about an escort out into the wilderness.
Ah,
We were hoping maybe that there was still an offer.
yes, that's the contract that Borak sent out not too long ago for a
Aye.
route to the Mythclaw. That was actually recently picked up by a few individuals.
Oh, was it already taken? They already took off, did they?
Yes,
Oh, shame. Suppose we waited a little too long.
somewhat large group that was interested in making their way to the Mythclaw. Seem interested in it.
Would you mind if I asked who the individuals were? Only because I'd like to make sure that everyone gets there safe and all, of course.
She thinks to herself, I don't recognize the name, but the main individual that was leading the group that was chatting with him, along with a few humans and elves, was a Rougarou.
Motherfucker.
And describe the person we've met.
What's druidic for motherfucker?
Deep ore fracking.
Deep ore fracking. Fracking.
Rez, can you do the image thing?
I image
Can you make pictures?
the Rougarou that we met before, the dwarfs as well, and anyone else I may have recognized.
Okay, so you pretty much throw up an image of Fancy, Boris, and the twins. They don't recognize the twins nor Fancy, though they do recognize Boris. He's a very recognizable Rougarou as he's getting.
Do I know which Mythclaw they're talking about?
As they're speaking of the Mythclaw, you don't understand Druidic, but it's close enough to Sylvan, and there's certain parts that connect to it. So I'll say, with some points, the conversation, you would understand that they're actually talking about the Mythclaw town, effectively, which is pretty much the headquarters of where most of the druids and faction stays, which is the amalgamation of multiple different beast races.
But not my particular tribe.
Your tribe is classified as the Eastern tribe. The Eastern tribe is a mostly Rougarou-based tribe with a few people here and there that mostly keep themselves but are very close in business with the Mythclaw, usually working in trade as well as assisting in guarding the Titan Wilderness. You also work closely with the Western tribe, which is mostly made up of wood elves.
Well, that is bad news indeed. And
Actually,
I'll kind of try to explain to them what we had gone through with them. And speaking of the waterfall, for those that don't know, when we went there to investigate, that Rougarou is the one that captured us, held us prisoner in a pocket dimension kind of thing. I'm not sure what the right term for that is.
His henchman cut off my arm, leg, fingers,
Like a demi-plane?
eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I know the perfect place for him. We should go pay him a visit.
Oh, we should.
Very much like to.
Well, you're all talking amongst yourselves and also kind of describing it, but before you get into too detail, they'll actually notice the name of you, Rezo, and actually mention that the Rougarou actually left a letter for you.
I will take said letter.
Okay, then.
I will hold it up to Indrid first and ask him if it is magical in nature, way, shape, or form.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Back away slowly.
I will put it on the ground and investigate for traps.
Oh, do you want to use this, Rizzo? And Arlo will hold out the magnifying glass.
You know what? I will. Is
Get
that
the spell
advantage?
magic.
And
It
considering you're looking at it, I assume you spend the minute. The School of Magic on it is abjuration.
Does it seem trapped?
I think it's protected, mate. Right?
Abjuration would be protection magic. What was your
Since I've never
investigation
used
check?
this before, but I could try to dispel it.
You know what, mate? I think you could open it. I'll open it.
Injured as you pretty much break the nice wax seal to the letter, as this is actually a very nice envelope as you pretty much pop it open. Nothing really noticeable happens. You do see what looks to be the actual wax seal had a rune underneath it. As you pretty much pop it open, the room seemed to be destroyed. As you pretty much open up the envelope, which has a piece of paper inside of it and a somewhat odd sight inside of it. As you can see what looks to be a somewhat hairy finger inside of it.
That motherfucker just sent me my own finger
That
back.
motherfucker.
Oh, mate, he sent you a snack.
I will hold it up to my finger for injured.
Oh, I didn't even know you was missing them, mate. Never even.
I'm not missing them currently.
It grew back.
I have all my fingers. It grew back.
So
It's remarkably well
It
preserved.
got better.
I think that was the spell, mate.
That was the abjuration.
What does the letter say?
So then,
It's got to be a good letter if you send a man's own finger to him.
okay then. So as you read through the letter, it's actually written in Sylvan. So do you have that, or do you have the eyes of the Rune Keeper by any chance?
I have Sylvan in, like, if you don't.
I do too.
I will semi-read it out loud.
Okay then.
Well then, to Rezo, it's glad to see that you found my letter. And I would like to inform you that I hope you take this invitation well. Because I would like to meet you at the Mythclaw tribe. And if you don't, well, I'll have my fun nonetheless. XOXO. Fancy.
She's got a real husky voice.
Hold on, mate. The person who cut your fingers off name is Fancy.
You'll actually notice that like the small little writing at the bottom of it is separate from the writing at the top.
I'll turn to the druids and ask them if they have any way of quick communication over long distances. Yeah.
The best thing they have is the same thing Vin has, which is animal messaging, which isn't that long range, nor fast.
Do they have a way to communicate with? Do they have something long enough distance to communicate with my tribe?
Pretty much how messaging. Usually how the messaging through tribes works is usually either A, they have a druid that usually is able to wild shape, and then they send messages back and forth, or they have a system of pretty much animal messengers that go literally, somebody gets a message, they resend the message, it goes elsewhere, blah, 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 continuation.
Is one of them willing to make a journey? I will pay them.
Let me check something real fast when it comes to that.
Well, what do you got in mind, Reza? I might be able to send someone if that's your intent.
I'm going to send word to my father.
Aye.
I feel our tribe should be informed that
That shit's about to go down.
that shit's about to go down, yes. And that he should send backup to the main tribe.
Draven is strong enough to wild shape into a flying creature.
If he is willing and able, I am also willing and able to pay him, and I want to send a letter to my father.
Okay then, what do you have to give Draven?
I have coin.
Shitload
I
of money.
have rations. I have a shovel, 2-person tent, a whip, caltrops, ball bearings, chalk, grappling hook, hemp rope, sack, whistle,
A
What is
bottle of wine.
wine. Yeah, I could talk to you about wine if he wants wine.
Draven's a burly individual. He'll take wine. Straight.
All right, strike it off the list. We're down to 9 bottles, boys.
We're down to 9 bottles, boys.
I still got 4 bottles of wine from the fortress. I don't know if it's any good, but
I mean,
throw
wine
that.
only gets better with age, so
It's
Unless
true.
it's vinegar.
To a
unless it's
point.
vinegar. To a point, yeah. Depends on the wine.
Draven will agree to send or begin traveling and sending a message to the Western tribe, which will take some time because it is a nomadic tribe.
Yep.
So it will take time to get that.
I'll send you a full thing of what I actually send in letter form, but the short of it is just saying that Iruguru of dangerous nature is traveling to the main tribe, will likely cause major chaos and or danger there. Things are about to go down with the dwarfs, explaining the situation that we learned from the necromancer and everything like that, and saying that maybe send out a pack to investigate the tribe in order to ensure that we don't all die when we get there.
Heavy message.
Yeah. Also, how's mom?
How's mom? Hope everything's going good at home.
That is the short of it.
Okay then.
For the record, Rez, I sent a few days back. I sent a message like that into the woods. I don't know if it found ears or not, but I've been trying.
So
And I
yeah,
just
Draven
sent
will-
one to Rosewick as well.
Keep people informed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Draven will take the bottle, take the message, and be on his way. He has no idea how long it's gonna take, but he'll do his best.
I'll offer to pay for the bottle.
Anything else at this point?
Well,
Well, what are our plans then, mate? Are we tracking down this lad?
friends, yeah, our
Laying
plans
him
may have
alive?
changed. Plans may have changed, or at least with the intent, but
Oh,
it's hard to underestimate how strong these lads are that we're looking at.
So how long ago did they set out from here?
About potentially less than a week ago.
All right.
Oh, they
and
had quite a decent sized caravan.
So were they
We should
on
be able to
foot
catch up with
then?
them.
Were they on foot then?
No, they had what looks to be 3 wagons with them.
Yeah.
With
A
a
caravan of that size is going to be moving about as slow as someone walking.
Mhm.
So, with the horses, we should probably be able to catch up with them if we ride hard.
Here's the thing, honestly, I don't think that we are enough to do anything about that caravan. Actually, I know we're not.
Mate, I'm not saying that we attack them head on. But I see a myriad of traits around us that can make their lives living hell day by day. A drop of poison here, an attack here. Maybe we capture your friend and drag him off into the woods. Who knows?
Maybe. I just don't want to. I don't want to jump in and suffer the same fate we found last time.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I would not ask you to risk your life for personal business.
And it would be risking life.
You owe me one.
Well, that is a question, though. Even though we didn't get the actual contract with the druids, do you recall what they said they'd be offering for those, to bodyguard them up into the Mythclaw?
Fortunately, that was something that was up for debate upon agreement.
Borak agreed that he would assist them with collecting. We don't, us of the druids or us of the druid type or even members of the tribes don't really bargain in coin or anything like that, so the best thing we could do is trade. So
Essentially like that magic stick that Vin was talking about earlier and other things like that.
possibly
Easy access to magic items.
E-
Material.
easy access to magic items, assisting in capturing of magical creatures potentially.
I think that it's worth trying to chase them down and at least see what their size is because they're heading towards your home, right? To wage. Is that what I gathered?
Essentially, they have been causing trouble in the area. They're not good people. They have literal bounties on their heads worth 10 times what Vin drank.
Yeah,
And
those are the 500,000 gold bounties that
Yeah.
we spoke about.
And they are causing trouble in the area. If they're heading to the primary tribe of my people, they can't be up to anything good. They're heading not to my tribe personally, but like the main branch of my tribe.
Yeah.
Well, Indrid's ideals are family and that blood runs thicker than water. So
Yeah, I don't want them fucking with my family, so
let's
Eh,
go kill him, mate.
Even if you're not coming, I'm going anyway. But yeah, I just want to
clear about it.
be smart about approaching.
Oh, definitely, mate. With poison, wear him down.
Guerrilla tactics.
Guerrilla
Yeah.
tactics. Summon a demon. Who knows, mate? We'll get creative.
We could put more holes in the road.
We could do.
We could bring it back from
Absolutely.
episode 1.
We could do
Yes.
a pit full of spikes, man. We could have fun with this. Don't worry. It'll be like a little camping adventure. Of violence.
Adventure. I will. Would very much like to make haste. That given it,
Okay.
they're what a day ahead.
So does that mean we set out now then?
Does
You
anyone have
guys
any
just got
hesitations?
done riding, so
We rode hard
Or-
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys need to give your horses time to rest.
Yeah. When do you think we're getting close? Do you think we could have Wobbles go up and high and get a good, aerial scout of it?
Can communicate.
I can communicate with Wobbles for a mile. After that, it won't be communicable, but it can continue forward.
No, I mean, like, he just flies straight above us, like, high, and follows us right on high.
Oh yeah, he can fly.
And then he
above
can
us.
see a distance, and if he sees we're starting to approach, we can then change our,
Our speed.
our strategies, yes.
Quiet yourselves down a little.
Yes. However, the trees are so thick and large that we might not be able to see them.
Would they have reached the trees by now?
Oh, they won't be hard to track with a party the size of what they were mentioning.
Free
Unless
cards.
the trees
yeah.
completely can block them out.
I mean, they'll still leave an impact in
Yeah,
the
they'll-
road. That weight.
But
they're
what I
trackable.
mean is like, well, I mean, how tall were the trees? Spaz?
Are they like literal redwoods kind of thing?
I would say when it comes to the outskirts trees, it would be only like 100 feet high at the most. But when you start to get deeper into the forest, they're large. Think of those giant redwood trees, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is still reasonable that Wobble could fly max distance and still be able to see the road.
That's the tricky part, though. There are no roads inside the Titan Wilderness.
There.
Where we're going.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Roads would be nice.
Roads would be very nice. I will agree to like send Wobbles up, and anything he can tell us, he can tell us. But my worry is we're not going to be able to see it from that height because of the trees.
Yeah, you could get down lower if he needs to. Fly ahead. I mean, it's not like they're going to be looking for what
Oh, he knows
metallic
we're
eagles at
following
this
us.
point. Yeah.
They're not looking for metallic eagles, but
Well-
I'm almost certain that he knows that we're going to be after him.
He's very likely listening right now.
He literally gave you your finger with a note that said, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah,
And we shall oblige.
he shall indeed, even if no one else does.
So camp here for the night and maybe take off bright and early?
I think so.
Well then, you'll be welcome to stay inside the grove while you're here. I'm apologize for
That's
the
kind.
bad news, but just
You
don't
couldn't have
disturb. No, just don't disturb any of the trees while you're here, and your stay should be perfectly fine.
Oh, like, do they not like loud noises or
I would
like?
suggest not digging any holes and not trying to climb any of them. You wouldn't want to wake any of them up.
The mom grove.
You see when you say that, it's like there's more questions now.
Well, they're alive too. I mean,
Hence, they exist.
Where I'm from,
You never speaken to a tree before?
mate, where I'm from, we don't even have trees.
That sounds like a very horrible place.
It's lovely.
Lots of fire.
A little cold.
Blizzards every day.
Okay, but that sounds nice. I hate 100-degree weather.
Okay then. So you all set up for the night. Some of you a bit cautious of the trees as they watch you.
I'll go talk to a couple of them at some point.
Okay then.
Nothing specific, but just kind words.
Just chatting at the
Shooting
trees.
the breeze.
Yeah.
Shooting the trees.
No, I don't think we're supposed to do that.
No. I hope not.
But yeah. You all settle down for the night.
Arlo will pass out 5 of the emerald arrows to both Rezo and Indrid each.
Oh, shit.
He's not going to use them.
Would I be able?
Hand them out to somebody else because I don't even own a bow.
Would I be able to modify these into crossbow bolts?
I would say they're built a little bit too wide for your hand crossbow. Is it a hand or a light?
It's a hand crossbow.
Yeah, they're too long and too wide for your hand crossbow.
Well, then I have my own light crossbow. I'll keep them for myself, I guess. Damn.
Yeah,
Rick,
no, I
do
got
you use some?
magic
Can you
for
use them?
long distance. Like I shoot fireballs.
I mean, you gotta have alternatives.
Yeah.
Well, these sound like they'd be specifically useful in niche situations. Probably.
Let's give them to Samwise.
you know,
my
we could
pony.
give them.
Oh.
Give them to Feek.
I was thinking.
No.
Yeah. No.
Why are you gonna give him something he's gonna steal anyways?
I volunteer to take the shiny arrows. The nice shiny arrows.
Well, what do you have to trade for him, Feek?
Well played.
Ooh.
And if you pull out anything that used to be in my sack, we're gonna have words.
If it's in my bag, you can't prove that it was yours.
That's not necessarily true. I write my name on things.
See,
He marks
it says
them.
Rave
It's
right
a dog
here.
thing.
It's not hard to prove at all, honestly. It's just Feek. Simple. Okay then, what can Feek would be willing to trade?
Knocking it up.
How about this?
As he pulls out a bottle.
Now, where did you come upon this?
I got it from that whiz guy. That weirds guy.
Weird guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, taller than Indrid, shorter than Indrid.
How tall is Indrid?
I'm like 5'8".
Taller at that point.
Yeah, I'm
One
short.
with the one with the weird yellow eyes, and who with the dead people.
Oh, that's right. You got potions, didn't you?
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see. I have 10 of the very sparkly shine arrows. And how many of those flasks do you have?
I got 3s.
All right. Well, I don't think it'd be fair of me to take all 3 of them. But what say I give you all 10 and we play a little game. Now, are all the bottles about the same? Do they look the same?
No.
Okay,
One
in
of the
that case,
one of the bottles is long, pretty much a small little like ball at the end of it, and then it's long. Another one is pretty much like nearly a drinking flask for alcohol, and then the other one is just a regular vial, little like itsy bitty vial.
I'm gonna try this. Arlo's going to minor illusion to create a version of cups and balls. Only the cups are not going to move, but they're going to be large enough to obscure vision of any of the vials.
Okay, then.
No. What we're going to do is we're going to play a little game. So, when
I don't know how I feels about that. The bugbears, when they said that they were gonna be throwing goblins in the river.
Oh,
This
could
is
I
a little
roll
game
a
with a little
feat?
man. It's a little different.
No throwing involved.
No, I couldn't throw it. He's the my size, possibly bigger. I don't know how well fed he is.
Feek might just be taller than you, ear-wise, honestly.
I'm what?
Like
Ear-wise.
Yeah,
His ears are
ear-wise, he
tall.
might.
Oh, ear-wise. I thought I said you're wise. I'm like, well, thank you, but I don't know what that's to do with weight.
He's yeah, well, yeah, you know, his height is matched off of only how wise he is.
Mhm.
The wiser a goblin is, the bigger it is.
So Arlo is going to do basically cups and balls, where the illusion can't move because it's just static, but he's going to try and make it so you can't tell which one is where. All right, now they're all mixed up. I want you to choose which one I get.
Ooh,
As
pick the
he-
left one. Pick the left one.
As he's gonna like just point his hand down towards one of them.
I will reach down into the illusion and pull out.
It is number 2 is the potion of fire breathing.
All right.
You ever wanted to belch flames? This is how you do it.
Well,
Tastes like a spicy cider.
All
I
right.
felt like I was doing that last night after that Bane's blood.
With how it was going in the hut, I thought it was coming out the other end. But all right, Feek, it was a pleasure doing business with you. And he'll hand over the arrows, feathers first towards Feek.
Yeah. As Fika pretty much takes the arrows and hoards them.
As Feek does.
Only stroke the shafts in private, Feek. But that's all I got.
Connor, I know the viewers can't see that action, but I'm confused now.
I was thinking a Gollum thing in the Precious, you do the stroking thing, and so like with arrows. I think you can go from there, Dylan.
I can tell you that is not what Dylan was thinking.
Yep.
Nor was I. Nor was...
Also, Fika is smart enough to understand that these are far more useful as actual arrows and not breaking off the heads.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Anything else? If not, then the night goes by uneventfully.
I'll do some knitting, but yeah.
Goes by very calmly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably used all my B shapes up.
I actually
for
probably
travel.
have trouble sleeping.
Wouldn't
Just
blame you.
role play wise, like whether or not that actually affects anything. This
Roll me a wisdom save.
wisdom save. Nat 20. I don't have trouble sleeping.
If you have trouble sleeping, it doesn't really bother you. It's like pretty much when you have like a really bad nightmare at the end of your rest. And like it sticks with you for the day, but like that's it. It just sticks with you.
What time was it about when we were?
You guys got there
Still done.
around like 5-ish. The conversation ended around 6, and you guys set up camp pretty much at that point inside the grove, set up, and then went to bed, and then you're up I would say actually pretty early, around 5 to 6ish. Pretty much right before. Actually, the sun hasn't risen yet. But it gives you guys plenty of time to get ready, all your things prepared, and then set off. Is there anything else you wish to do at the Grove, or are you just begin taking off towards the Titan
Yeah,
Wilderness?
I'll be sure to thank the druids that were there for all that the little that they did, but
Yeah.
for the pleasantries for sure.
Is Vin giving us some food along the way, like casting the food spell?
It's a gathering thing. It's a background thing.
I would also be hunting while we're doing it too.
God.
I've got.
And they're actually in their pretty much
Favorite terrain.
Yeah.
I'll be able to create good berries if need be.
Okay.
And as a
well, actually, now that you don't have to worry about Uther,
right? That's
because if I'm right, I originally said that would be brought down to, or you count as 2 of
if
those.
I count as 2, then I can do that for everybody. I think we should be good.
Yep.
Yeah. So anything I catch in the wild would just be bonus.
Perfect.
But effectively, you gather what you need inside the grove, while everybody else is pretty much getting ready in the morning. You pack it up, and then you all set off. And I'm assuming you're all following the trail of the obvious caravan. So whoever's doing so, roll me a survival check for tracking.
Not me.
I'll do that. I also have been this whole time carrying around a really large chest from the very first episode, an 80-pound chest. Can I leave that with the druids?
Sure.
That was my backpack, but now that we have a bag of holding, I'll just use that instead.
Fair. If he needs, I will give him advantage if I can, or anything like that. A bonus.
I would say with wobbles, that would definitely count as advantage.
Perfect. For survival, you said?
Yep, survival check.
Crap. Where'd it go? First.
It sounds like it went across the
Yeah, I was
room.
gonna say I heard it.
Not 20 on the floor.
Nat 20 on the floor.
Floor 20.
Floor.
That's a 27 total.
27 total. Not bad. You pretty much it's not hard at all to figure it out. There's what looks to be an assortment of footprints, a wagon wheels, as well as horse prints or hoof prints, and it's pretty easy to follow. It eventually deviates away from the road about the halfway point of where effectively you guys would be going to Rosewick towards the Titan Wilderness. Pretty much, just to give you an idea where it deviates, it's right about.
Right there.
Right about.
Pretty much, that's where the trail's leading you, effectively. And I'm gonna say at this point, you guys, just considering this is both terrain that both Vin and Rezo are familiar with, and everybody else is a very confident adventurer for the most part.
So far.
You know, for the exception of Brave and all.
Yeah, really not.
Rave makes it a little bit difficult because at times Rave wants to take a break from writing because it gets uncomfortable after a while. But you know,
honestly, Indrid would probably be pretty good with this too. Like, real comfortable.
Otherwise, yeah.
Indrid's used to drifting. He has no problem with wandering around. But about a couple days pass at this point as you eventually reach right about this point of the trail. And I'm gonna need another survival check at this point.
Still advantage or straight?
Still advantage. Actually, straight.
At one.
No.
Sorry.
Nat one shit.
Sorry.
I'd give him whatever help I could.
So,
hold on a second.
the reason is it's straight is because this is a little bit tricky. So,
is it worth me using one of my cards?
If you decide to.
Yeah, but he can't tell you that answer. Like, that's not the point of the card.
Yeah, I'm using it anyway, so I'm just gonna.
Well, you see, you just wasted that card right there. Oh wow, that's a really nice card, actually.
Wait.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a real nice
So-
car. Okay, then. So with that,
That's a 17 then instead.
17 then. Okay, then. So when you were first looking at this, it was actually very confusing. The trail by itself seems like it was pretty much almost purposely fucked up. But after pretty much tracing around, which actually takes you like a couple hours to figure things out using Wobble's information as well as having the rest of the party split up and kind of look around, you actually find out that it seems like the force or the caravan itself split into 3 different trails.
God fucking damn it.
What do you think? Everyone, I don't know why they went and why.
Would I know which direction the actual my clan would be?
So, considering you guys stopped right here, pretty much in the dead middle of that red line that I drew, it's effectively that line was pretty much going in a straight line towards the Myth Claw. Though straight lines don't really happen in the Titan Wilderness most of the time. So it's back and forth. You would assume, considering it's still quite a while until you guys even reach dense woods or dense forest, you'd assume it could have been either one of the groups that split up at this point, as they split up at a fork.
Well, at the very
So the Myth
least.
Claw is the primary base of the Myth Claw is mobile?
No, the primary base of the Myth Claw is actually stationary on the coast, all the way over
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a large town, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And that's where we know that they, when I say they are headed, they're splitting up now. So
Where their original goal was head.
That's their goal of where they're heading.
But
is the
doesn't mean they didn't take a shortcut
Mhm.
or a long way around.
Which can be back and forth. You remember Boris? He was a very old Rougarou.
I remember Borth and Fancy. Do I remember their smell?
You remember Fancy having a very
yeah, she did. We made note of her,
Yeah.
of her scent actually.
Fancy
Yeah,
had a
actually,
very
I
like
think I had that
particular
marked on my
perfume.
character sheet,
Yeah, you
yeah.
do know Fancy's perfume.
And also,
I'm going to spend a couple of minutes trying to see if I can pick up her scent.
And I will say,
Guidance.
and during the conversation of during Boris, you have actually would have been or they would have forced you to sniff aniseed or antiseed, pretty much.
So,
Pretty much what it does is it pretty much
Kill your smell.
disables the smell of a dog.
so you do have a letter from him.
Yeah,
So-
it's all-
And your own finger.
Yeah.
Because you track your smell.
It is so hard to detect your own
If he
scent.
has the rest of your own body,
You gotta remember, gotta remember, Fancy did take your tail,
Yeah,
4 fingers, an eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
She had
after
a
the
time.
aniseed, the aniseed's
Y'all are
not
all
still
talking
working,
shit
right?
now. This is
Well,
how
that
Twitter
was
works.
when you guys were being pretty much contained inside that inn, that magical
Okay.
inn.
So I could still try to smell for myself or Fancy.
Yes,
All right. Do you require any roll for that? Or?
that is going to be a straight survival check. Nobody can help you on this one.
I did
not
give. I don't know if guidance helped or not, but I tried.
It's not investigation.
Survival
Sure.
check. You're tracking. You're tracking.
Do I have advantage because I'm a wolf man?
I'm allowing you to roll because you're a wolf man.
That's fair.
No.
Can
Not
you get
bad.
a D4 from guidance?
I'll allow guidance.
Okay, thank God. Not a very good wolf man.
14 ain't bad.
Ah.
15.
15.
Okay then. So, what are you tracking exactly? I'm assuming
Either looking
Fancy.
for Fancy's perfume or my own scent. Just any scent I'm familiar with that I may have encountered during our hostile time with them.
They were the best of days.
So with that 15, effectively, You do catch a very faint trail, but from just you guys looking around, you know this at the vision of the caravan is effectively like a couple days old at this point. Did it pretty early on in their travels. So you have a very weak trail, but you would assume that pretty much the trail splits off from what you can tell Fancy in this direction.
So that's the trail that Fancy took at the very least, even if it's not main dude.
That's the one that you catch the most of Fancy scent.
Here's the major question. The Rougarou that's traveling with her is actually fucking intelligent. He probably sent her off in the opposite direction in order to purposely mislead the party.
But you know what's great, mate? If we find her and deal with her, we send her as a message. Not alive, a dead message, but a message nonetheless.
I'm okay with this.
Unless they sent you that way so they could set up an ambush.
I'd also be
kill everyone at the
fine
ambush.
with not so much following them, but getting to our friends.
Yeah, but they're really far away.
Yeah. We don't need to chase her. We just need to get to where we need to be first. To warn or help defend the Mythclaw. Yeah.
That's true.
We'll find her eventually.
Does the other fork lead to the dragon lair?
So pretty much just effectively how this splits off is that's pretty much what you guys can tell.
Yeah. And they all lead in a general direction of the Mythclaw. So
the Mythclaw is in that direction. There's no good like direct path to the Mythclaw. It's for the most part wandering because you can't really map out the Titan Wilderness just because just how the trees are set up. It's a natural maze at times.
We also don't know the exact location the druid was hoping to go either.
You know that the druid's quest or mission for them was to pretty much escort him to the Mythclaw. So
to the Mythclaw themselves?
To the Mythclaw, yes. So that could mean that either he has his own path, or potentially they had their own path potentially as well.
We could always follow one path for a bit, and then maybe if Vinny wants to, he could try to maybe ask some nature stuff if they had seen certain people coming by, you know?
Oh shit, I could do that right now. Well, once we get to some trees, yeah? They don't see stuff, do they? They can just...
No. I would assume like the best a tree can do is like through the feeling of its roots tell you how many people passed by or what type of feeling they were, but I wouldn't say like they could give you like, there was like a wagon that was like painted purple and had like this weird ass cat shooting lightning out of her fingers.
Unless you can ask the squirrels and bunnies in the area.
Yeah, I was gonna say talk to an animal. Yeah.
Gain information about creatures that have passed. Okay.
If I was this guy, what I would do is I would know that we're following him, right? Because that's the whole point. And then I would spray one of my soldiers with that perfume, a lot of it, so that even after a few days, it would still be noticeable. So that they would follow that into a trap, an ambush, something.
That's two of my party that pretty much said the same thing. We should head straight to the Mythclaw. Fuck everything else. I will kill Fancy Feast later.
She will get hers.
She will get hers.
All right. If we see an animal on the way, Vinny, maybe you could get it.
I'll do that. Next one I see that looks like it might be able to give any kind of relevant info, I'll do so.
Sounds good.
So you're looking at Twitter.
Only if you can find a bird.
Tweet.
But yeah, so.
Oh, Vinny.
Yeah.
Can you mentioned I saw you did this before. You sent a bird to someone, didn't you?
Like it flew to send a message?
I did, yeah.
What if you told a bird to send a message to our target, and we follow the bird?
Is it? That's curious. That sounds like a DM ruling kind of thing. So you're presuming that the magic of the spell leads them directly to the target.
That's a good point, though.
Click that spell for me, please.
You specify a
Animal
location.
messenger, yeah.
Has to be a
That's what I
location.
thought.
Yeah.
You give a description of like the woman with the red hair and a guard's uniform.
Yeah, it says location.
In
All right,
this
never mind.
town, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind.
Which I must have.
That was a good idea, though.
Hey,
That's
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
pretty neat idea, honestly. Like that's a neat shortcut of like around like using like scrying to try to figure out where somebody's at. Honestly.
Yeah, if you want me to do the other one, Vinny,
That's
if you
kind
got,
of seemed like cheating.
Vinny, if you wanted to, if you next rest, if you chose augury, you could always ask that and say, "Is this the direction that blank went?"
YOLO.
Yes, no.
I do have it, but I never got. I'd have to look for some sticks or bones or similar tokens worth 25 gold.
Good lord.
All right.
We can find it.
Fine.
I looked for some earlier and was unable to find. So, with that in mind, actually, I'd like to spend some time looking for something like that might help me with.
From what I remember, you have to like you basically get custom made things. They're kind of like bones that have been inscribed with yes and no runes and stuff like that, or things like those things.
Fancy bones.
Yeah, because you mark them with your yes and no, wane and woe.
Hey, Ray, not Ray, Rezo, give me your finger. We'll just throw it.
I have a spare.
We'll just fucking put it in the fire and just make you the fucking dice out of that.
Well,
Hey, whatever
if we were
works,
still
man.
in town, I could have that regeneration ring. I can give you all the fingers you needed.
Well, I mean, something the druid said a bit before caught my interest in that what these individuals you've had dealings with before may have asked in return possibly is to gather something unique that can only be found in the wood. Now, we've heard about these special, very tall, very hard trees, but they also mentioned perhaps gathering materials from animals. Is there anything that either of you can think of that would be particularly coveted by this group?
That's a good question. Although I never really put any thought into their intent. It seemed chaotic, pure chaotic at times. So I don't know.
Well, it could be a reason why they split off in different ways, trying to take care of 3 different objectives.
Sure, or just cover more ground looking for the same thing, possibly.
Can they try and get a check to what there might be other than the, what is it, ebony wood?
It was the duskwood or
Duskwood.
the jade bark.
Yeah.
That's good at J-Bark, yeah. What else is worth?
The thing is,
A bunch of psychopaths hanging into the woods.
there is an assortment of naturally magical creatures. For example, like an owl bear, which the materials from that can make quite a few nice things. So it's a real matter of what they're actually looking for. The Titan Wilderness is, for the most part, untamed and completely, kept away from most of the world. So
Literally anything you can think of. Unicorns, owl bears.
Okay, would either of them know where that grove you were talking about is, where the Ebonwood Grove is?
I looked for her, or I think I rolled for her earlier.
I'll
Never
need
even-
both. I'll need both of you to roll me a history check, effectively.
Hey, it's something.
If not, you can always say, "Bird, I want you to go to the grove."
Do I still get advantage from that last card I played? Because I did get to choose 2, and one of them was get advantage on your next roll.
Oh, I thought you gave you advantage to
Sure.
your nat one.
It was re-roll your current roll and
Oh.
option of a second one, which was one of them was get advantage on your next roll.
Nice.
It's
There was
still
history.
Yeah, it's picked 2. So.
16 and a 12. 16. History. 1. 17 total.
Okay then. So For the most part, for Rezo and Vin, the main thing is that you two, for Rezo, you were always told to stay away from that area because it's a very old and superstitious area. Obviously, there's the giant birds that use it as a hunting ground, but also stories connected to it are pretty much connecting it to the gravesite of an old fallen god, and that's what's left there in its wake. Things like that. For Vin, when you were training as a druid and also just your natural nomadic kin, it was always somewhere that you were told to avoid just for the point that it's one of the more natural places untouched just because of its strength. It's one of those areas that could honestly probably never be taken down just because of how natural it is, and it's somewhat seen as sacred by many druids as untamable land, pretty much. There's also potential tales of dryads and such that have warded off the area from travelers and such, but that's more or less just maybes. Additional things that people say to hold it off. But when it comes to a location, you're always told to avoid this area. Oh, let's It is actually a very large area in the Titan Wilderness.
Well, given all of that, what you just said, would I have any reason to actually want to go and try and harvest wood from there?
It's sacred. If there's a good purpose for it, you could potentially see it as something that could be worth it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Just like everything that a druid takes from nature, you would have to find a actual use for it. So if you can justify it, then it's fair, pretty much.
That makes sense. But in this case, also possibly the need or want to help defend it.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely off the beaten path, but if you can reach that main river over here, it's not too far of a walk if you actually make it there. So who knows, honestly. They could potentially go that way, but you never know.
All right. Well, we have our options.
Don't even know if they actually, kept up with the druid. Could have just captured him, dragged him along.
Certainly. Does anyone have any one preference of which way they'd like to go?
I do agree with Indrid that the lingering scent of over a week is likely a trap.
Well, I would very much like to head straight for the town then.
I would say straight for the town as well.
All right, straight for the town.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, then. So pretty much you ignore all three of the trails at this point and just continue just traveling straight in the best direction that pretty much both Vin and Rezo remember traveling. Which at that point, it's pretty much going to take you guys effectively...
Months?
Pretty much the trail would take you guys this way, for what you guys know, because that's actually originally where you exited. So you pretty much go completely around the path itself and then begin traveling towards the Titan Wilderness at full speed, I would assume.
All right, but keeping an eye out, though, we don't want to get caught by surprise.
Yeah. At this point, I would say give me perception checks for just Rezo. Give me a perception check just because it's wobbles, keeping an eye out.
Go Wobbles!
Wobbles! Wobbles!
That's how Wobbles should say every time.
Wow, Buffett.
Wow. Yeah, for the most part, Wobble keeps an eye out, inform you of anything that's potentially dangerous, maybe wildlife or, potential highwaymen. You guys mostly go around it. Though nothing that really fits the description that you were looking out for to avoid, for the most part. It takes you guys effectively, for this detour, effectively, though a familiar trail, another week at this point.
Oh, wow.
It?
Well, just to reach the Titan Wilderness.
Oh.
I thought you meant to reach the circle. I was like, what?
No.
No, it's cool. I have 40 rations, guys.
Yeah, no, we're every day
Good bearing.
Again, I
Good
can harvest enough for the party.
between me and Vin. You guys don't need to worry about food. Don't mark off any rations
For now.
For now until winter.
So,
hits.
I should note, when it came to Vin and Rezo traveling the Titan Wilderness when you two were together, this was hopping back and forth between some of the tribes as well, getting assistance and such. It took you effectively a month and a half to travel.
Yeah.
With a group this size, you're uncertain of how long it would take even with mounts. The mounts could also make it harder at times because the Titan Wilderness isn't only flat, it has some small mountains as well as hills and everything like that that you have to pass through. As well as the rivers are also quite large as well. But you guys, after a week's travel, or at least a week and a half at this point since you left Redgale, finally make it to the edge of the Titan Wilderness, at this point seeing the large redwood trees in the distance. And even looking through the view of Wobbles, it's somewhat unnerving of how dense the canopy is. Is it somewhat nearly impossible to see through at times at certain locations. But with that, you all continue to travel on deeper into the Titan Wilderness. So then,
These trees are amazing.
this is how we're gonna go about this. So first off,
Is this like the Oregon Trail where 5 of us died of dysentery?
By the first square.
When you get
well,
dysentery.
well, luckily, like you guys have druids, so you know, like you don't have to worry about that for the most part.
For the most part.
The problem is there's no spell that stops dysentery. It's still the #1 killer in D&D.
Lesser restoration cures disease, doesn't it?
Protection from poison, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call dysentery a disease. It's just... Well, food
Just
poisoning, I guess, maybe.
I would consider it disease.
Oh, can you imagine? That means that paladins can eat all the just grossest shit in the world and does nothing to them.
Oh yeah.
I would assume honestly a paladin could be a billy goat if they honestly wanted
I mean,
to.
a paladin with regeneration could chop up their own arm and eat it. Theoretically.
But yeah, so this is how it's going to work. I've never done a travel this long through something like this for rolled encounters with things like this, so I apologize if it's a little bit clanky. But this is how it's going to go. So pretty much initially, with the combination of Rezo and Vin Debran helping you, Vin, you'll be rolling a survival check.
Okay.
And that is going to judge on how long it's going to take you. I'm going to need 4 rolls altogether. So 4 survival checks.
All right. A 25.
It's buried. Oh, nice.
A 11. A 14. And a 26.
Okay, then.
19 average.
You do that while looking at the ceiling. Good for you.
That was just
Time.
25 plus
Yeah, I guess
25 plus 26.
Yeah.
That's 4 less than 80. So 20 times 4 is 80. Minus 1 gives you 19.
So, the trip altogether is going to take you nearly 2 months, actually.
Oh my
Let's say a
god.
month.
Yeah, no, it's a long distance.
It's a very long distance, and plus it's this trail. Now, here's my question, which this can add more
Me
time.
out here, boys.
Are you taking a detour to the field of the fallen gods, or are you going straight to the Mythclaw?
I'd
What's
like
in
to
the
go
field of
there,
the
but I
fallen
don't think
gods?
that sounds awesome to go.
Is that the circle of
it
no-no?
sounds like something interesting.
That's the circle with the big birds that
yeah,
throw
the-
spikes of.
Yeah, the field of the fallen
Oh no, they
gods.
pick you
is
up
that
and
circle.
drop you onto these
Yeah.
pillars.
It'll be an
I-
encounter at the very least.
I, for one,
I really
would
wanna
like
go
to
there.
see the
I wanna go there.
Hellspawn Grand Canyon. but okay,
Yeah.
whatever. We'll pass it.
I will not refuse your wish.
I mean, your family is in imminent danger.
We're heading that direction. Yeah, no, I'd like.
We could get it on the way back.
We can get it on the way back, is what
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking.
All right.
Interesting for you to assume there's going to be a way back.
Yeah.
There's always a way back.
Well, if there's not, then there's no point in going on the way too. So
Nah, we'll just take this portion of the Titan Wilderness, just all like pretty much those two rivers and the Mythclaw, and we'll just take it to the Void. Good enough.
The void with the.
But yeah, so effectively going straight to the Mythclaw because those two rolls added a lot of time. Though the initial travel and near the end, those are actually familiar paths for both Rezo and Vin. Vin being more used to the Mythclaw path, since you lived around there and that's where you learned most of your druidic training. And then for Rezo, it was more the edge of the woods, since that's more where your pack actually wanders, is near the edge of the Titan Wilderness. But effectively, it takes you about almost 2 months, pretty much. I would say a total of, 7 weeks is fair. Travel this.
Okay.
Now then, for each week, whoever wants to roll it, give me a d20 roll.
Just a flat d20 roll?
A flat d20 roll.
How many?
Does it matter if we put on our winter wolf cloaks?
This is just something else. We're just
How
traveling.
many weeks
Titan Wilderness.
exactly?
Huh?
How many rolls exactly do we need?
The 7 rolls.
7 rolls. One
two,
for every
three,
week.
4, 5. So one person gets 2?
I've been
2
rolling
people
a lot,
get 2.
so-
2 people get 2. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I was counting spaz.
I'll roll. 6.
Okay then. So the first week goes by uneventfully. You are used to this trail and it's actually somewhat peaceful. For the most part, you don't actually experience any difficult weather or anything like that. It's actually, you're pretty much perfectly covered by the canopy and still actually pretty well kept away from most of the wildlife with Vin's and Wobble's assistance. Now for the next week.
I'll go. That's a 2.
We're all d20s, right?
Yes.
6 of the 2?
Okay then. So then, as you're all walking down the pretty much game trail of the Titan Wilderness at this point, a little bit of open area, something catches you all a bit off at this point as Rezo, Indrid, and Rave. The smell of blood is in the air.
Ugh.
I have a signal whistle. Can I say that during this time traveling, we have done like a system like 2 short little chirps as stop, go, we see something, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, I would say you guys have figured out some sort of communication system through pretty much that Rezo is used to, just because that's something that his tribe would have done. So yeah, you would have some
So,
sort of communication system like
Yeah,
that.
I'll let out a few whistles on the whistle and alert the rest of the party who may not have seen.
Okay.
Or smelled, I suppose.
So the party comes to a halt. Feek's mouth is duct taped.
How did we jimmy that?
I mean,
in
yeah.
this world?
We invented duct tape.
You invented duct tape just for
sovereign
Feek,
glue and some like animal
And a cloth, yeah.
and he still gets past it somehow.
We should take his bell off.
Goblin saliva is universal solvent, after all.
That's the secret. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. So everybody has stopped at this point. So for those that are leading the group, I'm gonna say Vin and Rezo, give me a perception check at this point.
17.
So Rezo, you don't really see anything, but Vin, with your height advantage at this point as you're looking around. You notice a bit of distance away what looks to be a humanoid figure that's pretty much laid up against a tree. In the
Well, that
distance.
doesn't look good.
About
Vinny, what
60
do your
feet
giant
away.
eyes see?
There's a humanoid figure laying up against a tree.
Dead or alive? It smells pretty bloody.
Smells like shit. Yeah, we should probably go help him.
Well, is he alive?
I don't know. Can't tell from here. He's not moving.
Okay, maybe send Wobbles?
Dibs on his purse.
You gotta teach me how this dibs thing works, because
You say it before anyone else,
Okay,
and you get it.
so I
Let
say
me get it.
Claims these.
dibs on your hat.
No,
Like all
it's
those-
already mine. See,
I said it before you, though, right?
to avoid this whole thing with wobbles, I'm gonna walk up and poke the body with my rapier, just very gently. Oi, oi.
Okay then. So as you begin approaching, the scent increases in its magnitude. So as you get closer, you'll notice this individual looks like a wood elf of some sort, wearing somewhat of heavy hides at this point. And you'll notice what looks to be a few tattoos on both the hands and also the face at this point. As you approach them, you notice what looks to be pretty much their nostrils and their mouth, what looks to be blood that has pretty much dried up at that point with what looks to be amount of pooling. Where are you poking this individual?
Just like in the foot, like
Okay.
I'm not gonna poke him in the ribs with. I'm not gonna stab him. I'm just like,
I'm just like, hey, wake the fuck up! Just fucking shake.
Tit, tit, tit. Little side
Yeah,
tap.
as you poke-
actually seeing him in that state, I'll swagger up and got us a little spare the dying.
So then, as you lay your magical hands onto him, he is extremely cold and lifeless.
Oh mate, he's dead, ain't you? I'll slap him on the cheek and start rifling through his shit.
Okay,
Go
then. So
back to the party. Oi, he's dead.
Indrid, it's pretty
Yeah.
much like you're pretty much like, you're dead, and slap him on the face. You'll actually like as you pretty much slap him in the face, kind of like as he was leaned up against the tree and he couldn't really see it all the way. His face kind of moves towards looking directly at you at this point. You can notice what looks to be fragments of shattered glass here and there, which pretty much at this point are old wounds. But also another thing you'll notice is what looks to be a very fine yellowish powder that seems to also be around the face as kind of just slapped a bit of it onto your hands.
I wear gloves. I specifically said that I have a pair of fancy gloves.
Mhm.
Okay. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Now that I see he has this weird spore shit coming out of his face, I'm gonna try to get that off of my gloves, like wipe it on his bloody clothes, like, mate, you's all infected.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Is he dancing now?
Indrid, what you got going on over there?
Oh, mate, I was rifling through this dead guy's pockets, right?
Oh, he's
and then
dead.
his face, oh yeah, he's dead as a doornail, mate. And then his face is covered in all this weird yellow powdery shit, and it's all over my gloves.
Oh,
Natural
well,
20.
wash it off.
Natural 20. So pretty much like you effectively kind of just shove your gloves into the snow that's nearby and kind of just like shuffle it about and then pull it out. At that point, they're clean. You're not worried. It's a bit odd though.
Can I
It's all
start?
corpsey.
Can I start
Regardless,
molding earth
though-
so I can like bury him?
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
This is a recognizable mold. At least for those of us who live here.
16.
Wow, good.
Yeah, nothing
I'm
happens.
using my DM dice. I'm cheating.
Hey, if it's good DM dice, you know it works pretty well.
Had a lot of good
Sure. What are you doing to try to identify this?
Just looking where it's coming out of his body, just the color, that kind of stuff. Not actually touching it. So
Okay then. So what it looks like the spores are mostly built up around the face, pretty much around the mouth, the eyes, as well as the nostrils. It's of a very bright yellowish color, and it's
almost
a very
like pollen.
kind of like pretty much exactly like pollen, honestly.
Is there any flowers around here?
Not that you can see. At this
You're
point,
buzzing.
You guys have been traveling for a little while, and you're deep into the Titan wilderness. There's a bit of snow and everything like that. Anything at this high up in the north, it's pretty much only winter plants at this point.
Well, Vin, Rizzo, this is your
Doesn't seem
turf. What is
natural,
this?
right? Yeah. It's a dead body that needs to be taken care of.
What about the yellowfin? Yellow stuff.
I think it's pollen.
Okay.
It's got a
died of
funky smell to it.
allergies.
An allergy.
Vicious, brutal, deadly allergies.
Yeah, it can close up your airways, just make you stop breathing. Nasty stuff it is.
Then what's with the blood from the nose?
Very bad allergies. I can't tell any type.
Give me a nature check with a disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Can I help Null with this?
No.
Ben West?
It's pretty much you can make the roll or he makes the roll. You make the roll.
14.
14. It does not look familiar to you at all. You think you have like an idea that it might be spores, but you just don't know, honestly. You've never ran into something like this. You know that the your tribe does implement using some of the plants that are naturally grown here to make smoke bombs or similar things like that, but nothing that you've seen like this before.
I'll just advise the party to stay away from anything that appears to be pollenous.
Okay.
I'm gonna start molding earth and bury the guy.
Okay. One of the things I will say you would notice inspecting the body of the individual is the tattoos and markings on them. They're common for the Western tribe, but something you'll notice is there are distinct marks of a outcast on this individual.
Like someone who's been kicked out, kind of thing.
Yeah, someone that kicked out. It's common for your tribe to remove the fangs of an individual that's kicked out, but the Western tribe usually marks them with a tattoo of some sort.
Give them a tattoo and then send them on their way, huh?
Yep.
Nothing else to see?
Dude,
other than
it's just like when I was at basic.
You have a special tattoo, do you?
I mean, before you bury him with your magic, perhaps mage hand investigate his body. See if we can pull anything off of him.
We could do that together, Rizzo, if you like.
Yes, appreciated.
Yeah, we don't have a third mage hand available.
Would have been real nice.
Monoxilium. Mage hand goes off and starts patting down the body.
Okay, then. So you begin patting down the body at this point before it's buried. For the most part, you don't really find anything too valuable. A few crude weapons here and there, rations, things like that. Though, as you're further moving things around on the body, as you move the cloak out of the way, you can see what looks to be some sort of spike piercing out of the chest.
Pure black spike or just
The spike itself is of a bluish tint. It's only sprouting out of the chest about an inch at this point. But as you're pretty much patting the body around and you're looking at it, also probably using wobble sight as more enhanced and kind of like zoomed in from your distance, you'll notice that this blue spike seems to be growing out of the individual's chest.
So he isn't like pinned to the tree on this spike. It is a growth.
Yeah, it is a growth. It's not something that was a part of the tree that just got driven into him.
That's really weird. I've never seen that before.
Arlo's gonna adjust his glasses and get like a zoomed in. Like, does this material look organic? Does it look more like maybe a crystal, more plant? What?
So it looks organic, but the odd thing is how the material looks like it's made is almost coral-like in nature.
Okay. All right. Whatever it is, I think it's not quite a plant, but I've heard of things growing, in the ocean where they sort of slowly grow, almost like a mold, but more solid, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, plenty of things just kind of grow. I mean, it is nature to do such a thing, but it just seems out of place.
I don't suppose anyone's particularly talented at finding out how long ago this person passed away.
No, I'm pretty good at all those things.
Could try maybe a survival check to do that.
Yeah, Vin and Reza would probably be the best people to check that.
I have a 0 in
It's
medicine.
25.
Damn.
Wow.
They look like they've probably been dead for about a day.
Only a day? That's not much. That's
Close,
not much at all.
mates. We're close.
Close to what?
Something nasty.
Yeah, at the very least.
And at this point, is the forest ground? I know that you've said the canopy several times. Does the snow actually make it to the ground?
The snow does make it to the ground, but it's more in patches. It's not like it actually, coats the entire ground. So there's, snow here and there every so often. You're honestly going to be more finding, more piles of needles or pine needles everywhere than, actual snow at times. Especially since you're more
Ooh,
walking around
hey.
the base of the trees.
Can I look around and see if this is an ambush?
Sure.
Perception, I assume.
Yes.
1.
It's a trap.
I just start blasting.
As you just see Indra
Whoa,
begin to
whoa, whoa, whoa.
blasting into the trees.
I'll
What
immediately start
did you see?
blasting too.
What happened? Wait.
It's like that scene in Predator.
Just start shooting into the tree.
What happened? Whoa. Indra, what'd you find?
I saw
I don't
something,
know.
mates. I saw something. We're being stalked. It's a trap. It's an ambush.
What? Ambush?
Oh God, he went close to the body. You think he's infected and going a bit loopy?
Can that happen?
I don't know.
I'll scare him out, mates.
Oh, shit.
Roll your spook check. I was not expecting that. I don't have the spook thing ready. Hold on.
You rolled it twice, didn't you?
No, only the table roll where it goes rolling 1T spook
Oh, okay.
matters. Unnatural aura.
Natural aura. That sounds good to have while we're.
Doesn't it though?
Unnatural aura. All animals within
Hmm.
1D 100 feet
Oh my
become
gosh.
spooked and restless.
Oh,
Oh my
Spook 'em out,
God.
animals just start running in all directions.
Yeah, then.
Oh.
it's 100.
So then.
100.
So then. Yeah.
It's a
I'm
huge
going
radius.
to say Rave, Arlo, and Indrid make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, God.
Sure. Oh, our horses.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Hey, at least you know what's about to happen.
20!
I'm on fucking limelight because Indra jumped off. That's oh Christ, 8.
20,
Oh no, wait, dexterity saving throw. It's 11.
23.
Okay then, so Indrid, as you pretty much like do some like weird magic bullshit with your hands, the horses fucking lose it. Wobbles actually feels slightly unnerved, and Rezo and Rave, you also feel slightly unnerved at this whole point, as pretty much the horses lose their shit. Arlo, you're nearly bucked off at this point. Luckily, you hold on, but let me double check the exact wording.
Well, this went well.
Spooked.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, Limelight does not run off. He's just, or she's just fucking on edge.
It's a courage building experience. guys.
Man, fucking hell, man.
We're training them like battlefield horses in World War One. Okay.
Limelight's already seen a lot of shit.
I will say at this
Okay.
point, the quiet forest is currently filled with just a mass of noises at this point.
Panicked animals. In
Do
every
any of
direction.
them sound unnatural or like horses other than ours?
Roll me a perception check.
Could I be assisted by someone?
I'm focusing on
I'm a
keeping the
little
horse
busy.
chill.
I would say, considering you just avoided from getting bucked in the head, no.
I might
Natural
be trying-
20.
Natural
Oh,
20. Okay, then you do hear an assortment of animals. I will say you do hear something that you've never heard before. Something large in the distance running away at this point.
Oh,
I'm
good.
scared of an owl bear.
Running away
Oh,
is good.
Oh, mates, you hear that? I'll try and point out
What have you done?
the noise. I think we scared it. I saved us, mate. That thing was stalking
You
us.
nearly
and
knocked me
running.
off the horse.
But now that
What
thing
did
would
you
have
just-
eaten you.
Indrid, what did you just do?
What?
Yeah, I saw you do the magic bit. You cast a spell and then shoot
Oh,
haywire.
mate, I don't know what it does. It just does things. I have literally no control over it, mate.
Then why do you do it?
It's kind of like, just a gambit, because good things happen, bad things happen, strange things happen.
Oh,
Who
man.
knows?
That's a curious thing.
Maybe warn
You
us
should try
next
to hold it
time.
in. Yeah.
I helped. I scared away the giant creature that turned this man into a fungus.
You nearly got Arlo trampled.
Oh, that's
You're
fine.
making
I had
some
more
healthy assumptions
than
there.
enough control over the horse.
Were you on the horse?
I better go speak to Limelight.
No,
I'll
no.
calm things down a little bit.
Oh, that's
Panic!
I think that's a good idea, mate.
Yeah,
He needs a druid's touch, you know what I'm saying?
he does. Maybe you should talk to him then.
It's still a mare, boys. I think we should leave this area and just move on.
I've seen enough.
Right, I think this effect usually has a pretty short range, so a few
You
hundred
think?
feet. I imagine. I have a feeling.
It's like a mile and a half.
81 feet.
Oh, I thought it was times 100.
It actually isn't 40k. It's like a few kilometers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I dropped it down to feet for all those measurements
Oh,
because
okay.
Good lord,
meters
yeah.
is
Being in the Titan wilderness,
Times 3.
Holy shit. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, if no one else has any objection, I'll kind of continue and finish trying to bury
then.
the corpse. Yeah.
So you continue burying the corpse at this point, and you begin to make your way through the forest again, unsure of what awaits you at this point, as all the animals in the area are a bit perturbed at the moment.
Awfully quiet, isn't it?
We're just gonna have like a bunch of squirrels just gangstering up on Indrid at night.
Don't worry.
Waddles leading the pack.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't worry. Just the giant pack of terror birds are now coming towards you.
They feed off terror.
You pissed off the super dodos.
Yep. Possibly. Okay, then. So this is a question for you guys. We can continue making rolls at this point. Though I should note, some of the events on this table can take a while.
I am good to call it here.
Okay, then.
If everyone else is as well.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally good.
A fair moment to end it. That's why I was going to ask, because anything else at this point, if anything's rolled, could be,
Could be
just
a
A
language.
chunk.
But yeah.
Oh
Wanna roll and see what we have in store for next week.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Roll this last roll. I'll mark it down to my list, and hell, if it's
Dylan
actually,
rolled last, so...
I rolled last time. Yeah.
Oh, you rolled last time, yeah.
then let's have.
Do you want me to be the bad luck charm? Because I bet you it will be.
Yeah,
I'm a
let's-
bad luck charm.
Let's
You're the
end
bad
it
luck
with
charm?
let's
I
end it
can't-
with AJ rolling. Actually.
Yeah, you watch it. You watch it. Here it comes. This is going to be like the worst thing ever in existence. 16.
We should have had AJ roll a d6. It would have been a lot worse.
I can't roll above a 10, just so you know.
Okay then.
Yeah, I got the sweet 16.
So that has been marked down for next session.
No description?
No description. I'll leave it as a
Okay.
secret this time.
Yeah, we'll see
I
if
do-
Spaz gets prep time.
I will say
Yeah.
this much. You're all continuing down the forest as it's actually a calm day. You're in a more open area with a few more hills and such, which makes traveling a little bit more difficult at this point. There's snow all around you at this point, as you can actually
Six purple
see,
worms.
oddly enough, what seems to be a old stone structure in the distance. As at this point, where you guys will be ending off, will be exactly
Still
Right.
structure.
here.
Next time on D&D, 6 purple worms and a rubber shield.
Hey, Jade is gonna try to make that rubber shield for you guys now.
Hey, I'm interested in that fucking like Caltrop belt thing. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the idea of just being able to pull a ripcord and running until I run out of Caltrops.
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. I certainly did. It was nice playing with all of you. And that is Rise of Unity. See you all next week.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.